Loves the buns, loves the hugs.
So how is everybody?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing all right, except for the fact that I'm trying to like start this somehow. Now I'm having to
I don't
text
even
everybody.
understand it.
You were like fucking 2 minutes late to your own meeting, Jim.
That sounds about right.
I'm going to actually blame it on Ken. Ken's meeting because it's his account, so he set it up. But it was my
I like it.
Take responsibility.
That's why I'm here.
Hi.
Well,
Sounded like a female.
Creepy.
What the
Or Jim with tight shorts.
Would you? I don't wear tight shorts.
This is rad.
I don't wear shorts.
Go
at all.
to my
I'm wearing
fishbowl.
nothing right now. I'm underneath my shirt. Don't dare me to stand up.
Why is Nick acting like he's never seen Zoom before?
Hi, Nick. Thanks for joining us. I'm
Dude,
actually
I don't
surprised
even
by how it
know.
works.
Like, never done this before.
You're like
Here
the
we go.
youngest person in this fucking Zoom
Awesome.
meeting, and you have never
So
done
let's
this.
let Nick talk first. Nick.
Yeah, what's up? How you guys doing?
I feel so cool.
Man, it's raining right now and I can't skate, so I'm kind of bummed. But
Hi, Jen.
You can't skate because it's
Hello
raining?
there. Nice
Like,
to see
the rest of
you.
you can't skate because it's
What
fucking
up?
Kelowna.
Hi, Tony. How are you too?
How are you?
dang,
Ken was going to mute everybody. And we were going to put people out, but I guess we're going for a free for all.
wow.
We're not going for a
free-for-all.
for a free for all right now.
Hey, I knew that,
Fuck
dude.
advocates.
You know me, I don't talk a lot, Jim. I'm just a big listener, so.
Dude, this guy's got fishes floating behind him. What the hell?
I know, dude.
Oh, that's
I had a slideshow there for
Mr.
a
Chris
second.
Chappett. You should Google.
Oh, you want to
him.
see my slideshow? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
slideshow.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
It's the all gray, all the time slideshow.
What? This isn't really about me at all. I just wanted to
crazy.
talk to myself and see if anybody would hang out and listen. Look at
I was gonna make it all hack it all the time. But
quietly staring at us. Hi, Bob.
Can you guys see me?
Would you like
Yeah.
to say Jim?
No,
Unfortunately,
we can only hear you. We can only hear
You got
you.
a white beard. Did you dip it in the freezer?
You can't see me, Ken. You can only hear me, huh?
Go down
Right.
to the bottom left and hit start video.
Bob's got a webcam
Got
powered
start
by
video going.
candlelight.
Thank you, Donald.
Yeah, you bet.
Man, this
Dude,
is fucking
what?
crazy.
How many do we got? Many.
Yes, please. What's that?
What's the count?
I don't know. How many people do we have in here? 20 participants?
Yeah,
Yeah, 20.
I don't know, but if you have to say something, I suggest we go back to elementary school. Just raise your hand.
What up, Jim? Ken?
You just,
Can I go to the bathroom?
Damn, I got my dual screen on. Try.
Why
Okay,
aren't
so
it
let's
sweat?
All right, so let's start this out here. So I made an agenda. It's not really an agenda. It's we can completely go off the agenda. But, since we're you know, someone has to guide this thing, we're going to start with the first question. That's like, let's talk stimulus checks. Yeah, and I'm not talking about your prostate
God.
exam. I don't care if you were stimulated or not. That's not a stimulus.
Fucking gay, dude.
That's a stimulus exam. Okay, but anybody get a stimulus check today? Raise your hand. Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't. My kid's actually kind of pissed off. He's whining about it.
People with real jobs that get
Who's
like
that? Is
real
that Brad
checks.
hidden behind the mask? Yeah.
yeah.
Holy
Should I
shit,
be wearing-
dude.
Lori in New York.
Should I be wearing gloves?
That dude is legit.
That's Brad.
Should I
Brad
put
is
on my
actually
gloves?
making masks and those plastic things.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Don't spray on me, please.
Hey, Brad, why don't you take the forum right now and tell us about your masks?
Oh yeah, we're making all these face shields and headgear and masks for the frontliners in New York, and I'm sending like 50,000 masks tomorrow to San Francisco.
Nice.
The city of San Francisco,
That's
and we're sending
rad.
another I think like another 120,000 on Monday to San Francisco, and then we're working with NYU and producing actually their shields for them, and they'll deliver them, but we're making them, and that's like 120,000 a week, I think. So we're
That's
getting
pretty cool.
we're
That's
getting
what
them out there.
desperate businesses do, right? When they can't do anything else.
That's good because we need them.
Yeah, my
Lori's in
people
New
need to
York.
work.
She's in the hotbed.
Oh, nice. We it's hot in this stuff, but
I know.
what's amazing is the materials there, the products there, but for some reason they can't get them. But you know,
Yeah,
we
you know
have
what I
we
heard
have hundreds
today
of.
from a friend. I'm going to barge in on you, Applegate, while we're talking about the subject. My friends made headbands with little buttons on them that you can put around the surgical mask so they don't bother your ears. And then they went to put them on Facebook and sell them or whatever, and they were given a cock block warning that they were denied from advertising them because they were taking advantage of a crisis situation. And supposedly they're allowing large retailers to sell product, but not independent guys. And they're saying that they're profiteering. So that was a little interesting twist today. Don't know all of the stories to that, but I thought it was interesting.
Well, that's one of us.
Yeah, we've been blocked on many forums, but we have to go through a process and they release us back up. But it's there.
All right, do you guys see me now?
No.
Where? Who? See
That's
who?
fish. I hear fish, right?
Sounds like fish.
Yeah, I was on there and now I can finally see my face, but I don't know if you guys can see me. I had a
Can you put
problem.
a special request in to block your face?
I see fish.
Flippy's on mute.
I see you.
Oh, buddy.
So let's go down the list and talk about where we're at. Ken Hata, you're in Buena Park, right?
Yep.
Destroy Frank's,
Chaput,
just
you're
destroying
in,
a beer.
Stop showing my family photos in the background, you dork. Chris Chaput, you're in HB.
I am in Huntington Beach, down
All
by
right,
the
Mr.
beach.
Scheffler on the top row there. You're in San Diego, right?
San Diego, yep.
And Chris, you're in LA, Culver City.
I do not live in Culver City, you twat.
Took a classy word.
That's a Culver
Ramon, where
City
are you at?
denial syndrome.
I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Topeka Canyons, I like that. And Bob, is that Mr. Bob Hickman hiding there with your beard? That's Bob Hickman. He's in Ohio.
Yeah, it snowed today.
Mesa.
Shit.
The hills over
Wow.
there, the cute little beautiful blonde couple you see there. You're in North Carolina, right? Look
What?
at that. Mariah, LA.
Hey, Tony.
Is it Maria or Mariah? I'm so shitty at your name. Mariah. That's what I thought. Lori's in New York City. Brad Applegate, you're in Costa Mesa, right?
I'm out in the factory right now.
Oh, the Brea. All right. Flippy, where are you at?
I'm on 2 channels. Apparently, when I talk, it goes to my phone, and then I'm watching you on my computer. So if anybody can help me how to save you guys the hassle, tell me what to do. I don't know what.
I think it's
It's
about
working.
a 20-second delay.
It's working.
I think it's about a 20-second delay from your phone to the computer.
A little bit sweeter.
And I'm in San Diego.
Flippy in San Diego. Lansing Pope, you're in what, Chula Vista, right?
Yeah, San Diego. What's up?
And how about you, Galaxy J Star, aka Frankie?
Vegas.
You're in Vegas.
You're in Vegas?
Vegas.
Gambling
So
with
wait,
your
we
wife
only
and
have
chasing
2 East
pools.
Coasters.
Nah, Florida.
Oh,
Lauren, you're in Newport Beach, right?
Yeah.
Hold your teeth together when you say the Newport Beach. It's okay, I live there too. And Ian, you're in Costa Mesa, right? Close to Misery. Yeah, Ian has a new baby. Everybody, let's say congratulations on your new baby. Yay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. From Florida. What
It's
city
all
are you
over
in?
now.
Flippy
She
Z,
said it's all over.
Awesome.
muted yourself.
Yeah, Nick Day, where are you at? You're in Florida, right?
Florida, St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like near, like 30,
Dude,
45
there's a
minutes from
turtle.
Jacksonville.
So the whole point of this is just a social experiment that we have no idea how wrong it can get. And I'm gonna take lots of pictures of you guys because it's fun.
Dude, what? Dude,
I'm gonna leave with those guys up
background is trippy.
Dude, Chris
better
is
topic
next
is what's
level,
every-
dude.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna start picking
What-
topics
can
and
I go
picking
out
a
that
person
door?
to answer. Okay, you guys
I'm like
ready?
a Zoom noob, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna go with juicy fruit or jujubes and why.
Uh-oh.
Lori,
What kind of
in New
cocktails
York?
everybody having?
Neither for me.
Neither
First
for
of
you.
all,
why?
nobody under like 30 is gonna know what either of those are.
Knows what Jim's
Juicy
old.
fruit, you're right.
I think I
Softer,
still
right?
have
James oldest
jujubes
person
under my
ever.
feet from the movie theater when I
Yeah,
was a kid.
jujubes stick to your teeth, I think.
Jujubes taste like soap.
They
How many
do.
People
They
are
actually
over
do.
50 years old and know what he's talking about.
See, I knew someone would know. So, okay, all right. Well, that's a start.
The
So,
jujubes stick to your teeth too much, so I can do the juicy fruit.
and now that we're really old, we shouldn't do jujubes because they'll rip our crowns out and all the fake
Yeah.
stuff that we have.
Yeah.
I can
Uh-huh.
do applesauce and soft.
Junior mint.
There we go. That's safe for the over 50 crowd. So,
Did
well, I
take
guess
my
we should
crown
probably go to
out
the most
once.
obvious elephant in the room question, and that is we should probably just go to everybody and
Why
just
is
ask,
Jim
why
Gray
does
wearing
everyone hate Jim Gray? That's
shorts?
just like, that's the most generic question everywhere. So I think we should start with my co-host, Ken Hada. Why does everyone hate Jim Gray?
I don't hate you, Jim. I just I love seeing Chris give you shit. You know, it's
Dislike
fun.
strongly. His case, dislike strongly. Chapit, why do you hate me?
I don't hate
jealous
you.
of your physique. Okay.
Dude,
Jealous
this
of
guy's
having
lit
a
right
full head of
there.
hair and more of the hardcore skaters and fewer of the freestylers.
I'm a freestyler and a hardcore skater. Well, actually, I'm not very hardcore at anything, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of
Freestyler
pictures
first,
of you posting your nose wheelies.
How about you, Don Scheffler? Why do you hate me?
Yeah, I'm just jealous, man. The beard. Jealous.
Now we're going to go on to Chris Clicks. He's got a lot of reasons he hates me.
Right now, I currently hate you because you have a you have a podcast show where you interview people, but they never get to answer. We only hear you.
That's
Look
fucked
at
up.
Jean down there. She's been experienced. She's experienced that.
I just didn't talk. That was my fault.
And I'm learning. Okay, I'm not very educated. I'm not a natural performer. Or anything, you know, so I'm learning. Ramon, can you tell me what I should do to improve my podcast?
Cancel it.
I love
That's
that.
a
That was fucking the best.
Wowee.
I like this guy more.
reach out more.
Reach out more. Reach out and touch someone. Hey, look, Sharon Gelfand is in here.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome.
Oh, she's
Bobby-
live now,
Hi,
too.
Sharon.
She's not just a
Hi.
Oh, wait. Sam Miller's texting me from Washington wondering, why can't I get in the show?
And I just got a girlfriend from Al.
Hi, Hillary.
All right, hang on, guys. Sorry.
That
I'm
was
having
from
to text
Fish.
some
What's
people
up,
to tell them
Tony?
I really fucked up.
Hey,
I forgot
Fish.
to-
Thank you so much.
Jim, you posted the wrong meeting.
I know I did. I fixed it, but
Yeah, on Facebook.
it's fixed now, but I originally didn't fix it. So,
Hi, Chris Chappett.
Robbie
Trying to point
Gaskell,
to
one of
the-
my
the
Acme
mermaid
team riders from Hawaii.
turned into
But
a
he's not in
dolphin.
Hawaii anymore.
Okay, Chris.
Who's
Who's
Robbie?
saying that, Robbie?
Hey guys.
We were going through answering question and answer, and we were starting with why do you hate Jim Gray?
Am I the only one drinking?
I look for a beer, but Spider drinks all beers. How about
I was going to say, we need to go around and find out what everybody's having for a cocktail. It's a
That's
cocktail
it.
party, right?
Water. Yep, this is my water teeny right
Troy
here.
Frank. he's
That's
dead.
boring,
What's
Jim.
up?
I have water also, but
Vodka,
this
cranberry,
is
ras.
water.
Hello, yes.
I have
or
to
no?
jump up and go get mine.
We can't hear you.
How many people are stoned?
Is that, do you got your hand up there, Frankie?
See a few
That's after
thumbs.
the meeting.
Sharon, what are you
Can't I
drinking?
go out into that room and you
My
lock
own
it? I can
margarita
do this
mix.
downstairs on white. Let me get on that.
That's not good.
Blues in my feet.
But it was next to one.
So Brent Schneider, you need to answer the question we asked. We're in the question. Why does everyone hate Jim Gray? You have to answer.
I thought the
Do we have
question
enough time?
was, are you drinking?
Do we have enough time? Wow.
Got you. You can have.
Well, you know I love you, Jim, so.
It's okay, but you can
Ginger, what? You want the Sprite ginger or do you want the ginger beer?
ginger beer. I like that.
Ginger beer.
Okay, so let's move on to our next question. Okay, and that's boogie boards, rollerblades, scooters. Why?
Uh-oh.
Just why? I
Jim
just want
likes
to know
this
why.
question because he rides all of those.
Nick Day, you're the youngest. You're the youngest person. here, so I think you should answer that question. Why?
Why? Damn.
Oh, cool.
I don't know, because I never
Careful
did.
with it.
I don't know. I mean,
Rollerblades.
scooters. Why? I don't know. I mean, I guess they just felt like they never had the balls to skateboard. Get a scooter.
Look at Jean down there in the corner waving.
Did you say Jean has rollerballs too?
Oh, Jean has
I
her
see
hand up
Jean.
because she wants to talk. Okay,
That's
Jean,
great.
tell us.
The answer is
Why rollerballs, dude?
surfing and skating are too hard.
Dude, I don't even know, man.
It's milk time.
So you boogie board because surfing's too hard, all right? You rollerblade because you couldn't find your soccer cleats?
I guess.
Because skateboarding is too hard. Yeah. Right.
The skateboarding's hard.
Everybody
Hi,
welcome Pam
Pam.
Miller from Washington.
Hi. Hi, Pam.
Yay.
I invited
Rollerblade,
Sky
I
too.
could
Is
never
Sky there?
figure
There
out
he
how
is.
to make my feet stick to the board when I jump.
What's up, Chris?
What's that?
There's so many people in here. Holy shit.
How many people we got now? We got
What's the
26.
count?
I can't see everybody.
Grace.
Yeah, press
You
the
can
other
see
button.
everyone. I've got the whole grid
Yeah,
going. It's good.
I can only see
Five,
Hillary.
five.
You guys all remember one thing, Ken's in charge of the control, so if this is chaos, it's all on Ken. I'm accepting no no responsibility.
Oh my God.
All right, I want to hear from the North Carolinians.
Just want to be social.
Tony and Hillary, tell us something. Talk to us. What's going on in North Carolina?
What's the count? What's the count?
Why does Lance look like Santa?
People are on Zoom right now.
26.
Holy
Jim, can I just text you questions?
Is this what voices in your head sound like?
We need to mute everybody so we can pick people. Even Chris Chaput, who can talk more than Brad Applegate, neither of them are talking, and they're the biggest talkers I know.
Who's got the little shit stain running around screaming?
Practice a lot.
I
It took me 59 years, but I've learned to be respectful of other people's time.
Check your text, Jim.
Read my text? Oh shit.
Oh,
You
we
can
got
chat on
sidebars going
Is that a
on.
new thing that just happened? Wait,
Dude,
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
going
yes,
on?
Yesterday?
I guess so Brad is actually texting me things here. You guys can also text me if you'd like. Brad is telling me that that Tony
Also a group
is
chat.
writing for Vans.
Man,
sounds like he's.
can anybody hear you,
Who the
Jim?
fuck is screaming?
Yeah, who's
Somebody's little kid.
Yeah.
Children.
I think it's Raymond's kid. Look at him back there. He's like
dude?
a little mini Hulk. Smash!
I don't know who you're talking
Lansing
about.
Pope is just. I brought the veggie tray for the party, guys.
All right, all right. See you,
I
Sky.
cannot hear anything.
Why does Lansing Pope's hair look like Jay Leno?
BZ,
Let me do it.
put BZ, you're muted.
Applying for the job, that's why.
Chapin.
Is joining us.
Yes, sir.
Like what, Chris?
This is
His
Fish.
hair looks like Jay Leno.
Jim Gray. Playing out on you for a minute here. If Jim
Everybody,
stops
did you
talking,
decide that wasn't a good idea?
if Jim stops talking,
It'll never happen.
if Jim stops talking,
If
if Jim stops talking,
Jim, stop talking.
if Jim stops
Fish, say
talking,
something. Fish.
Jim stops
Everybody welcome
talking.
the legendary Lane Oaks, who just popped into the door. Hello, Lane.
Jim stops talking.
Nice to see you. And there's Freddie DeSoto. This is getting better by the minute.
If Jim stops talking,
Oh, Freddie. Legend.
Yo, what up, Lane?
Legend. Legend,
None of us
legend.
are going to hear anything. We should just all hang out and
Freddie
stare at each other.
DeSoto.
So if some of us mute, then the rest can be, right?
I would agree. If everybody muted, we could kind of go around and start like they're having a conversation.
So Chris, I'm going to hijack the meeting right now and just say
Your houses and just
the first time I met you, I don't know if you remember it, but it was in San Francisco, and you did a demo at Skates on Haight Street, and it was freestyle in the parking lot.
Listen to this.
And you busted out the Casper disaster going high speed at the wall, and it dropped my fucking socks off. Like, that was one cool trick. I don't know if you remember that demo.
Crazy.
You guys need to learn that button.
Do I have like multiple
Much
screens
noise.
I'm looking at here?
That's a killer story. If anybody heard it.
At least one person heard it.
I heard it.
I heard it.
That was a story.
I heard it.
And I heard
I heard it. I'm trying to mute when I'm not speaking.
All right. Well, everyone's muted, so let's do now. Since Sharon Gelfin, unmute Sharon Gelfin. We're gonna pick on Sharon Gelfin right now.
I am unmuted.
I'm gonna pick you. I think maybe you have to unmute yourself now.
You're good.
There
you're
you
good,
go.
Jim.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I'm
Sharon,
unmuted.
Sharon,
Hi.
welcome, Sharon.
I can't hear anybody else.
Oh, no, now we unmuted. I can hear you, Jean, but I can't even see your face.
Yeah, but
There
I
you go.
hear you guys when I muted myself.
You can't?
I couldn't. No, that's
Ken's working with the controls right now. Okay, you raised your hand.
Okay, she just has to be quiet.
no because Don said hi.
Okay, you just sit down and shut up for now. Okay, we'll be back to you. We're talking to Sharon. Okay.
Thank you.
One girl at a time. Since we're talking about girls, we'll pick the category. 99 problems in my skateboard isn't one. Okay, so you got 1 minute to cover it.
I do?
You do, yeah. It's on
Okay.
you.
Okay.
So talk about your skateboard friends and their skateboard problems. How's that?
Yes, that sounds good. Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to
Okay,
say
I'm not
something
gonna get.
when we talk about it.
Pardon me?
I said you're supposed to say something.
Oh yeah, I get it. I was just
You were
trying
saying-
not to get on a sad subject. So.
Oh, no.
So
Don't go sad. This is all supposed to be whimsical. Sad is not allowed tonight.
Right.
We're sad because we're all sitting in our fucking houses and not in a room together. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a good topic, Jim. Just go for it.
You didn't like that one? You didn't like 99 problems and my skateboard is one? Isn't one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can go for that one.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Miss having a partner. That's a big problem.
Who was a skateboarder? You had a skateboarder partner for a while, yeah.
Right. I like surfers too. I don't have too many problems at the moment. It's pretty, I feel pretty. Oh, excusez-moi. Excuse me.
Anyway, hey, Jean, you want to address that one? Well, wait till Ken unmutes you.
Oh, she can. I think she can unmute
Myself.
herself.
I muted
Okay.
myself. Yelled at me.
So I know you have a lot of skateboards, so let's talk about your skateboard problems. Your 99 skateboards.
My biggest problem is I have no flat ground game, so I'm a little bored at the moment. That's the problem.
And are you saying you've gotten so advanced in age that you no longer will barge the fence at the local skate park?
Correct. They're starting to fill stuff here too.
What's that?
Starting to put stuff in them here too. Apparently, I haven't.
Oh, like
seen
wood chips and stuff?
Yeah, Queen Creek did. I know. I don't know if anybody else has yet.
Bottom line, I haven't even driven by the skate park to look. I'm not about to, 'cause I'm sure Costa Mesa is locked up, and it's all I need is to get a ticket for, make the front of the newspaper. So, all right, so let's go on. We're going on another subject. All right, so silk screen or heat transfer. Who wants that one? Ian.
Heat transfer.
Ian wants that one.
I'll take that. I'm gonna go with silk screen because it's just the most punk rock thing, and I think heat transfers suck because they chip, and I miss that art that's gone away. You know, there's so much like just mass-produced bullshit out there that
You know what's interesting about a heat transfer is it is actually screen printed still.
It's screen printed, but
it's printed flat and then glued on afterwards. Yeah. But I agree. You don't get the layers, you don't get the edging, you don't get the overlap and the traps.
And it just
you don't
doesn't
even know what we're
last.
talking about. We're talking about how skateboard graphics are put on. Okay, we used to screen print all of our graphics. And let me tell you, printing a 14 color graphic when you're printing 1,000 of them is a large
is not cost effective.
So heat transfers do have their place. But when someone first brought me a heat transfer, I told them to go away because I don't want to put a fucking sticker on my skateboard because that's what I thought they were. And they didn't turn out to be. I just look at this flimsy thing. I go, I don't fucking put a sticker on my skateboard. I already print stickers. And I chased them away. And it took about 2 years before I looked at it again. And I realized what it was. And then, so yeah, it has its place. The tough thing to compete against is you don't have to burn screens and they don't charge you for that. So if you do like a 12 color, heat transfer from China, it's like 70 cents. And here it would cost you more than just burning film, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, because we obviously printed a lot of skateboards, but I also think screen printed skateboards slide better depending on the ink that's used as well.
Can I jump in?
You absolutely may.
We just bought a $500,000 machine just to print skateboard graphics.
Oh yeah, Brad works for a very large reprographics company, and they've been working on inkjet heat transfers.
No,
Schmitz.
no, it's not. It's not.
Inkjet, it's a newer technology.
It's still like it's crazy. It's like it's a solid ink. I'm gonna walk by it, but you didn't see it.
Oh, we're getting secrets right here, right now. This is what you get when you know people that do fun and interesting.
Everyone, turn your camera on your phone and film the machine.
Thanks, Fish.
Did you say a solid ink, Brad?
Yes, it prints spot color. It prints. I gotta make sure I'm locking the door. Gotta get out. Yeah, it's you're gonna see it real soon here. I'm prototyping it in small production form with some manufacturers, and it's fantastic. So we're doing that all right here, and it's all U.S. made everything. So
that's great.
We'll
Good luck with that, Brad.
Does it like silk screen flat like as a heat transfer? Is that what you're saying?
It's a flat printing process, yes.
So, but what I'm asking is,
I walked past it, but
There's a roach here.
I didn't point it out. I can take my mask off now.
So what are you doing? Are you getting a board out of your trunk right now?
No, I had to leave the building. We're gonna set the alarm right now.
Oh, so you got kicked out of work, is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
So what I was asking is it like a process where like heat transfer is like a flat piece of like plastic paper that has the image on it? Is it like more like both integrated? Is that what you're saying? Where it's actually like the ink of silk screening, but is that what you're saying that it is?
No, it's just saying it's a different type of printer printing it. A heat transfer, what a heat transfer is, okay, is a skateboard you printed from light color to dark color.
It says it's kind of a different aspect.
He's just talking about the printer itself. You print it on a polyester substrate that it has a kind of heat activated bonding agent on the back of it. It sticks to the paint of the board, and then you peel the plastic top sheet off. Okay?
Yeah,
but it is basically screen printed, but screen printed upside down from black backwards.
It is reverse print.
You go light to black.
Yeah, there's no adhesive in it though.
Well,
yeah, that's what I was asking, because what you said, it's like a kind of different subject. That's what I implied.
Well, they probably found different ways to get to it here, but typically it grabs onto the silicones and the paints. You have to have a really good clear coat on your skateboard, or the heat transfer won't stick to it.
Yeah. No, I heard him say that. That's why I was like intrigued by what he said.
So Brad, is it like a solid pigment type of material that gets applied?
Yeah, it's a combination of spot color and 4-color process all in one system. It's pretty amazing. And it'll print metallics, gold, silvers, clears, white.
Is it printing from cartridges or ink buckets?
It's a solid ink, so we'll call it a cartridge. I haven't been able to get inside the machine yet,
You know
so
how
I'm
many
not really
colors
sure.
it is?
I didn't even know what the
Inkjets
machine
are 8
was.
colors.
It's a 6 head, so it can do 4 plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's white. Is white one of them?
Yeah. Well, it depends. Yeah, you can change all the colors out. You can do orange, you can do purple, you can do, but it's pretty impressive.
Okay. So are you going to show us something right now?
Dude, I would have, but they just kicked
No, I
me
understand
back
that. So I'm
in the car.
asking, do you have a board or something? You don't have a board in the car that you silk screened or not silk screened, but heat transferred?
Let me look.
So Brad, can you do hot patterns too? So you can do fades in different colors?
Fades, different colors, wood exposed through the print, so you can get the grain. You can do full block out.
And that sounds
whole deal.
amazing. There's a lot of applications you can apply that to in the future. You know, all the action sports applications, as well as medical and signage and things like that. That's actually, good for you guys. That's cool.
Yeah, the whole technology isn't intended to do for what we're doing, but when we did prototyping, I did this, the skateboarder in me. Everything that we're doing, they're telling us we can't. So I'm gonna ride it until I break it, I guess. But it's a big deal. Good night.
Yeah, because with all this China stuff, people don't realize heat transfers started not getting shipped from China, or at least gapping out and missing dates. And guys like Paul Schmidt, who have big factories, were finding themselves in hard times.
Yeah, I got calls from people that were 6-8 weeks out already, and they need to ship boards.
Yeah, so it used to take 2 or 3 weeks.
But we can do. You can load me your image, and I can print it, and you can have it. FedEx. Thousands a day. I think we can do a little over 16,000 on a half shift. So we can probably do like 32,000 prints a day.
What?
So
damn.
That's not a lot. We can. We've got machines that do. Yeah, we've got the largest automated silk screen in the nation.
That's a lot.
It's 10 foot by 7 foot by 5 heads. So we can. What? It takes up 10. It's 10 feet wide.
Bring me a soda.
Hey, Chris, shut the fuck up. Jesus, Jim loves Astroglide. I love your, it's like.
I noticed that before.
Yesterday we had a little chat, and he named himself 5 different things. So. All right, well let's move on here. Let's pick. I'm just gonna close.
What about my question, Jim?
And the first person I point, you're gonna have to talk about something. Ready? Okay, Flippy, get Flippy off your mute. So Flippy,
right.
Introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name's Eddie. I'm from San Diego. Skating forever. My big thing is this quarantine sucks.
It's a pretty wide claim right there. You've been skating forever.
Well, okay, 30 some odd years.
Okay,
not as long as you.
Skating predated you, so.
I mean, yeah, pretty close.
Where's your favorite place to skate?
Right now, Linda Vista Skate Park.
I would agree with that. What's your favorite thing at Linda Vista?
Cross between the flow bowl and the pool in the back. The pineapple's a little scary for me.
Yeah, I like the little pool and the pipe. I like the full pipe, but I like the little pool too.
I mean, I was a street rat growing up, so learning.
So you were trying to destroy your knees and ankles, and you decided to join the living and keep skating for a little longer.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically how it works. So let's ask you. We're going to ask you this question on the list here: do popsicle sticks ride better than boards with shape?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
But it really depends on what you're doing. Because when I'm riding the parks, I like my popsicle. But when I go like slalom riding, I have to ride a shaped board. But some of the pool guys are trying to get me to start riding shape boards in the pool, so I'm thinking about getting myself one.
Well, you should try it. I think, honestly, a lot of it's in your head, because the best skaters I've ever known can ride anything, but at the same point, your head kind of determines how you perform. It does. If your mind tells you something's freaky, it's freaky. And that's the one thing I think most of us would agree on. Skateboarding is at least 80% mental and 20% physical at best as far as your skills, because most of us can do a lot more than we do. We're just scared to death. So
yeah. No, that's my big issue. Is like, I know I can do more, but you just get up on that coping and it's like, oh God.
Well, no, it's a hard transition from being like an old pro skateboarder and people expecting you to do like big airs and inverts, and you kind of know you probably could, but you don't want to because you kind of want to skate tomorrow, or next day or whenever you can. I always say I never skate more than 50% of my ability. It's not worth it. It's just puts you at risk. So when you're young, like Mr. Nick Day, and if he's still on here, they can afford to slam all day long. We can't.
Oh yeah. No, I've paid the price the last couple of years in these pools.
Yeah. So where do you live in San Diego?
I live actually right at the edge of the La Mesa and Lemon Grove, but I've lived all over San Diego. I'm born and raised here.
I wrote for GNS, so that was a regular haunt.
Oh yeah. Well, I grew up mostly in University City, so I drove up the GNS warehouse out there on Miramar all the time.
Yeah. Me too.
I lived over there for a long time, Eddie. I'm up in Poway, Penusquitas area now, but I lived over in by UC for about a decade.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I grew up went to high school there.
So how does this massive, chaotic 27-man conference differ from what you thought it was going to be?
For me, it's it was just that beginning that was crazy with everybody not on mute. Because I run conferences with my job, and I'm used to having everybody start on mute, so then it's quiet and just the host starts it out. So that was a little trippy.
Well, I can imagine. I'm as anti-corporate as they come. I have zero experience in corporate stuff, except for hearing people like who work for some of the corporate guys like about having a meeting on Tuesday, about the meeting on Thursday, about the meeting on Saturday. You know what I mean? So, which always blows me away, but I get that they have this technical stuff way more advanced than I know what I'm doing. And Ken's supposed to know what he's doing because this is his account and stuff like that, but he's really not. He's just sitting there being silent and only let me use his account so I can embarrass myself in front of everybody.
Yeah. Hey, Jim. I just want to say hello.
Yeah, Matt Hensley.
Oh, hey, Matt Hensley. Hello there, buddy. I knew we'd get a legend or two to come in here.
How you doing?
Mr. Matt Hensley, for those that don't know, the legendary skateboarder, one of the best of all time, and the accordion player for Flogging Molly, a very talented man. We hung out in Ohio recently.
I drove by him every day on the way to work for about a month and a half last month.
You what?
By where?
Your billboard for a show you were doing at one of the casinos.
Oh yeah. It got canceled. It got canceled 3 hours before the doors.
Yeah, how was that? How many concerts did you guys have scheduled? That you had to cancel.
We canceled our entire operation. We literally we were at that casino in San Diego in 3 hours. I was in a suit 3 hours before the doors, and then they called it. And then they called the next day, and then they called the next month. And now I've been told that gigs won't happen till next summer of 2021.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Crazy. What's up, Bob?
Oh, Matt, how you doing?
No, Bob's being quiet. Hey, Matt, why don't you bring Bob out to talk? Bob's being all quiet.
And Bob looks sad.
Dude, it snowed here today. It was 83 and then it snowed.
83. Where's the chat screen? I'm being told there's good questions in chat and I can't see them. Okay, here we go.
Can Ken read them to you?
Well, right now we're going to ask Ken because this is a question from Don Scheffler to Ken. Tell us about the beauty of shooting on film.
Beauty of shooting on film. I don't know. I mean, I like film, but I don't really think it's better than digital. So I just do it because I'm kind of hyper, sort of slows me down,
Where do you shoot black and white and develop your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many labs are there anymore that you're even aware of that can process film?
I don't even know. I send out color, but yeah, all the black and white, I'll develop it myself and I'll print it myself. Yeah, but it's I just like to do it. It's just sort of like analog tape recorders as opposed to digital tape recorders. It's not better. Might even not be as good, but it just.
The biggest change
you have to pay a lot of attention to the shot. Like you have to plan the shot and take the shot. I mean, you don't have you can't just take 100 different shots. You have to actually set it up, plan it out, press that button. And so when I saw you up at Vans there about 1.5 years ago, I think you were playing with, I don't even know what you had in your hand, but you were shooting all film that day.
Yeah, I think it might have been a medium format that day. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a 4x5, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I just suck at it. I like to do things I suck at.
That's why I ride skateboards. It's awesome. And now we're all here together.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I like to learn about
things.
I don't like to do things. So.
I remember I was working at Transworld in the 80s, and I saw when guys like Grant Britton were coming and getting really frustrated when the beginning of this real street thing started, and they'd be like, "Fuck, dude, I shot 60 rolls of film today, and I didn't get a trick." You know what I mean? And it was literally the cost of having to throw 60 rolls of film away because they weren't about to, you had to develop them. And now, Chris Click's up there. He shoots like 87,000 photos an hour.
Yeah.
And,
street skating was definitely made for digital.
On him, but,
Chris is so quiet.
Dude, because I muted myself. Because I can't control my reactions to the thing Jim says, so I have to just unmute myself.
That's so funny. Well, I'm trying to handle this, respond to texts,
Oh, dude, you're
Well,
so
let's welcome
popular.
Tim Mott in. Tim is living in Florida now. Did you get your wheels? Is Tim on mute?
Tim, you can unmute.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm living in Florida now, no longer in Colorado. What a dramatic change of pace that is. But I'm glad to be here.
Oh,
Let's
What
hear
part of
about it. Let's hear
Florida?
about the
We're
change.
in Florida.
I'm up in Satellite Beach at this point.
Bruce
It's
Walker territory.
exactly. I'm literally a block and a half away from the Walker warehouse. But
Ocean Ave.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's cool because I'm literally a 7-minute walk to the skate park and a 5-minute walk to the beach, so I can't really complain.
And what prompted the Colorado to Florida change?
Well, I am originally from Florida, so
Okay.
it wasn't that dramatic of a change. But long and the short of it, I knew way more about the ocean and the swamp than I do about the hills and creeks. Not to mention, trout suck.
So you built a pool in your backyard in Colorado, right?
Yes, I did.
So who
Yes,
did
I
that
did.
go to? Is that still there?
It is still there. The gentleman that bought the house was sort of a guy that sort of skated back in the day, and he just kind of got a hard on for the house. The fact that there was a bowl in the backyard just made it that much better for him, and it's been a really hard thing to not have a bowl in my backyard anymore.
I mean, you use the term hard a lot. Hard on for the house. I mean, I think it's supposed to be the hard on in the house, not for the house. But
Well, put it this way: you didn't ever come to skate my house. If you ever came to skate my house, you'd have a hard on too.
True. I can definitely attest to that.
Oh, you guys out? All right. See you later, North Carolina. Love you guys. Thanks for joining.
Mott's old bowl was one of the sickest. I love Tim Mott, by the way. Funny story about him. He carried me from my first rumble from the airport to my car because I almost blew my hip out. And then I went to radiology and got an MRI. I got like 4 MRIs to make sure my hip wasn't broken, my pelvis wasn't
So you're
broken.
saying he's not as big a dick as people like post on the bulletin boards and shit?
Oh,
no, I really am.
He's actually a bigger dick than people say I am, but you know.
Oh, now I remember you from the last Rumble in Ramona when you were getting that tattoo in that trailer.
Hell yeah, we were getting
And you ate
together.
shit at the last Rumble in Ramona.
And hi, Sharon. I haven't seen you in years.
I talked to Jim.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Are we talking about Tim Payne? Who's here?
No. Tim Mott. I'm just another old Florida guy. I know your man.
Hi. I just can't see you. I know you, but I
Yes,
can't
joined us,
see you.
Mr. Brian Howard, another legendary skater, a member of the Ruptured Spleen Club. We're members of the legendary Rupture Your Spleen Club. How long ago did you rupture your spleen, Brian?
It was liver. It was my liver, actually.
Your liver, oh shit, I knew it was a rupture, but I got that wrong. But
That was 1997.
97. I think I ruptured mine in 84.
Yours was
Ben's
your,
backyard.
North Kakalaki in the house.
yeah, nowadays.
Are you back in North Carolina?
Yeah, I moved back. Sorry, I'm turning the lights on and off so I can see, so you can see me. Moved back here end of 2016.
Cool. And what are you doing for work and such?
Actually in school right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Where in North Carolina?
Or out of school.
Where are
you? Just south of Asheville.
Oh, okay. We're in Wilmington.
Oh, nice.
I have relatives in Wilmington.
Oh!
Reggie Barnes is in Wilmington, so
Yeah,
everyone
no,
has a relative in Wilmington.
Reggie Barnes is definitely in Wilmington. He's here. He's here, hot and ready.
Hi, Sky. How you doing, Sky?
Out here, 32 people.
Good to see you, brother. Hi, Pam.
I know, Pam and Sky.
Is that Tammy?
Okay, so since I want to, let's talk about a new subject here, and we're going to ask Matt Hensley to start since he's, I think, the best skateboarder in the group here right now. So let's talk about floppy trucks. That's the new tendency toward people riding trucks that just flop.
Wasn't that guy Toxic? Remember that guy Toxic who used to have the really floppy trucks?
I think Matt's muted. Are you muted, Matt?
Matt's muted.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
muted.
sorry. Here we go. Yeah.
There you go.
Mark Heitzman. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was Mark Hines in a floppy trucker?
Yeah, he was.
All right, Matt, tell us about floppy trucks.
I mean, loose trucks. I mean, my trucks. If you can hear me, like me, I always roll just medium style. But I had a lot of friends that just ran, you know, almost no grommet whatsoever. Just almost just straight, just full. That worked for me.
Yeah, I mean, day one, I did a podcast with him a few months ago, and I was really blown away when he showed me his board that he literally only rides one bushing. You know, he does not put a top bushing on at all, and that blows my mind.
But I always fucking joke, Jim, because I grew up riding for Boeing and ongoing, so I always was like I'm already part of the truck team. That the trucks don't even turn that well, so like
I rode trackers, believe me. I had the stiffest trucks there were, so you know.
Yeah,
I actually turn a lot more now than I used to.
I was feeling the grooves, Jim. So like
I went with a skater-owned brand, the Ace.
Yeah.
Jim, day one ran with no bushings, just the washers.
Well, I want to hear from Sky Siljeg. Put that microphone on him. Sky Siljeg is a floppy trucker. Major floppy trucker.
I don't know. I always figured why limit your mobility? Like if your trucks are made to turn, why limit that?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a story about floppy trucks. Chris Russell's at the pool party, and he loses his board on the deck. I hop on it to ride it over and hand it to him, and I knew his trucks were floppy, and I was ahead of time, pushed one step, and I tried to stand straight, and I got wheel bite, and I almost went head first in the pool. You know, and it was like, Jesus, you know, I mean, how wheel bite didn't kill him, I had no idea, you know. So that's what baffles me about it when you got guys riding with wheel bite, you know. So
just go fast.
I know.
Dude, there's
three times more than him.
If you go fast, it rubs. If you go slow, you'll bite and stop.
There's a couple guys that live right. That's what they say. Just go fast.
Jim skates plenty fast.
I like to go fast, but I don't know about wheel bite. Ooh.
Can I share a little truck technology with y'all?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to see if I can do this successfully here. But so I had designed this truck for testing, and basically it's a TK, so it'll steer back and forth. And what I did is I put this axle in the corner, and I can replace it here, but I can pull the pin, and then this of course is not working now.
It's like a Bennett.
But basically I can rotate this, so the axle ends up in one of 4 different positions to kind of test out where the best axle location is going to be: high and outside, low and inside, and stuff like that.
Is that second hole centered in the axle, or
it's a little bit closer to the center? It's actually off axis as well, so that gives me 4 more unique positions to test the axle.
So that's like a modern Z-roller, yeah.
Yeah, well, the reason
modern Z-roller, that was harsh.
The reason I bring it up is because I made the damn thing in my shop today. So you're talking about loose trucks. These are 3/4 of an inch tall bushings, and the significance of that is that they're very tall, so when you lean and steer, they don't stop turning. You get a lot of lean. These are 74A, which is where, oh, you know what's funny is my green screen is like,
I was gonna say your green screen.
Yeah.
Hi, Veronica.
Bushings are not a good idea, but in any event, I made the truck today. I tapped and have this thing together. But anyway, I'll be testing this thing out to kind of answer the question: where's the best place to put your axle on a TKP? Is it like in a Bennett hijacker position? Is it?
There's only one way to find out, and that's to give me some to try.
Yeah, well, we live all the way, you know, like 5-10 minutes apart, so I'm not sure this can happen.
I know.
You know,
Actually,
a lot of
owe you a
commitment,
visit.
Jim.
I do owe you a
That's
visit to
kinda-
your studio, so I can see your.
that's kind of the difference between a truck that's set up with really soft bushings versus just total floppy truck.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to have tall bushings, super soft, and to be able to lean and steer all the way through it, rather than just have to go with something kind of hard. I call that the flop until you stop syndrome. That's so random, and it gets off axis and you start to lose traction and control. I mean, I like the surf feel, but there's a controlled surf feel with really tall, soft bushings, good bushing seats. And in any event, I'm kind of pioneering a lot of this stuff for long distance pumping, slalom, and believe it or not, like there's an electric skateboard version of this, which is 240 millimeters wide. That's almost 10 inches before, you know, the axle studs, because TKPs, traditional kingpin trucks, different than longboard trucks, RKPs,
wow, new
are proving to be
You're hearing it here
up to 50 miles an hour on TKPs, when that didn't used to happen. That used to be a speed bump asking to happen.
Well, I just want to chime in for a second and just say, when everyone started using barrel bushings again, thank God.
Yeah.
Because that actually, that changes the way that your truck turns. And I hoarded barrel bushings forever for my regular boards, for top and bottom, just so I could get a damn truck to turn without it being a sloppy mess.
Yeah. Well, I have every size from about under a half of an inch up to 3/4 of an inch at set and durometer, both conical and barrels, in everything from 74A, 77A, 80A, 83, 86, 89, 92, and 95A. So, I mean, I like the smorgasbord, and they're color coded, so you know what you've got and you can put them in and you can combine them. And there's a lot to bushings that a lot of, you know, pool and park skaters don't know, because you're just clamping down and trying not to get wheel bite. They're like anti-turning.
Well, there's no doubt there's a lot more performance stuff in the downhill slalom, you know, so on and so on. I get that.
It's just, it's good for techies and nerds.
But I know someone who's got to check out of the room in a minute. So we got one person I got to talk to, because, you know, I'm getting texts. They want to hear from him.
Gonna hit my mute.
Bob Hickman in Ohio, quietly sitting there. The dark shadow in the back. We see his beard. He dipped it in the ice cream before he got on the thing. But
no, dude, that's all stress.
Karen wants to hear your voice. Speak.
Am I muted?
Nope, you're not.
Oh, no, it's all stress. I'm white now.
You're white. Well, we're all white.
No, this is extra white now.
So tell everyone where you're at. I know, but you got to tell some of these other people.
Cincinnati.
All right.
It was 83 4 days ago, and it snowed this morning. So
yeah, that sounds pretty crazy. So tell people more about you, so they know who you are and what you do.
I just get bored and draw stuff for people.
Yeah. You've been doing some stuff for H Street lately, which I wasn't aware of until you told me.
Yeah, mess around with Ron and Matt.
I don't know how to do
some
this.
boards.
Yeah, and how's coronavirus hitting Ohio?
Sadly, me and my wife actually know 3 people who's older that died in the last 2 weeks. So, but
how is it as far as your situation? Lockdown, just like everybody else? Is everybody staying home from work? And
well, my job, like, we're considered essential because we're agricultural. So we still have to go out and work every day, and Jenny works from home anyway, so we're good. But traffic is beautiful right now.
Well, traffic is amazing.
There's nobody out right now. But other than that, everybody's good. How are you guys all?
You know, just dealing with it. I've kind of always worked at my own schedule, so it hasn't changed a lot for me. But going out is what's weird. You know, going out and seeing. I call it Groundhog's Day Christmas, because, you know, on Christmas you go out and half the stuff is closed, the parking lots are empty. It's like every day Groundhog's Day. We start over again and we drive by another freaking empty parking lot, and that's pretty trippy.
I can't believe they're really putting dirt out in your guys' skate parks. That's insane.
I don't know of any here, but I've seen pictures online where they put wood chips. They just fill them full of wood chips, because they figure it's the hardest thing probably for people to get out of the way.
There was a beautiful thing on the Denver's Craigslist. Somebody, so the city of Aurora, they dumped mulch in all the bowls in the skate park, and somebody posted, "Free mulch, come get it."
That's awesome.
Now that's when the skate brotherhood is working. I like that.
Well, the prefab park by Easy 7 down in Houston, they actually came in and welded angle iron to all the ramps and rails and everything in the park.
Whoa.
Thank God they didn't touch the ditch yet.
Oh, hopefully they will just leave it be, but
I mean,
yeah,
I've seen a
okay.
couple things for some skaters, like in big groups, like right next to each other. I was thinking, like, all right, guys, come on, you're gonna get skateboarders as a whole in trouble. Like I saw like 15 guys like all right next to each other taking a group photo. I'm like, oh man, leave the photo out at least. I mean, but
You know, the
night before they locked everything.
Freddie,
The night
Soto,
before
what
they
are you
locked
doing?
everything down here, we had a huge session at the in the bowl at the park that I ride all the time, and next day it's just done. Lock on the gate for the park.
Is that Glenn? I couldn't.
I
tell
was
who was
in.
talking. Who was that who just told me that story?
Oh, not I.
I know, I'm looking
Which
on my
one?
screen.
Lewis told you
Yeah,
that
that was
story.
me.
Oh, Lou, there you go, Lou. Sorry, I didn't recognize your voice. You sounded like another guy I knew. So forgive me.
I was doing my Glenn impression.
So we got 36 people on here and it hasn't blown up yet. So I guess it's starting to find its little place. So,
I want to hear about the H Street graphics.
Oh yeah, Bob, you want to talk some more about the H Street graphics you did? That is Mark Kowalchuk by chance. He's from Canada. If you've seen my podcast icon, he's the one who drew my ugly face.
Wayne, Canada.
Oh.
I got to run, guys, so we'll create some more space here in the grid. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And I'll show you how to use Zoom with all these sweet green screen backgrounds. And
Yes.
Thank you for having my
Please,
picture on the background the whole time.
It's,
So are you gonna be coming to Texas to check out the factory anytime soon?
anywhere I'm invited, I'd love to. Yeah. We're talking Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's okay. Yeah, I don't know when. I think some of you guys know that I have pulmonary fibrosis with an underlying autoimmune disorder, which basically means I get this COVID thing and I'm probably checking out.
Hey,
So
that's my photo.
I'm paranoid.
Don't
now.
get it.
I'm paranoid, and a lot of people aren't taking it all that seriously, and I'm not all that thrilled about it. So I'll try not to be too political till I get back on Facebook, and then I'll blast away. But
Yeah,
no,
my
after
aunt has the same thing.
yeah, after it's reasonable, but literally, you know, the people who go on ventilators have about an 18% chance, and I think I'm one of those guys right now. So it's a bit scary. So I'm hunkering down here. I'm doing really great at being all alone. But this is good. This is
You're a good hermit as it is. 'Cause every time I go to your shop, you're never there. So you're pretty
I'm there
good
all the
hermit.
time now. I'm making lots of shit and participating in the skateboard making things. But guys, thanks for having me. Keep in touch. Anybody want to call me anytime? That's great. But I got to roll. Thanks, Jim, for putting this together.
Oh, hey,
Thank you, brother.
Nice hearing
Stay
from you.
safe.
We love
Cool
you
stuff,
and
Chris.
look forward to next time.
Right on.
Thank you, Jim. Dinner time, so I got to head out too. Have a great evening, you guys.
Well, hey, nice talking to you, brother. Thanks for chiming in.
Later, man.
And you out, Matt? All right.
No,
How
I'm gonna
long
hang
is this
tight.
gonna go?
Bye.
Thanks for jumping in there, Mr. Hensley.
I'm gonna hang tight.
Oh, you here? I
He's
thought you were leaving.
staying.
Okay. Well, glad. I'm glad you are.
Matt,
Out of there, Hillary.
Hey, brother.
Hey, what's up, Matt? Good to see you.
Remember, Matt, I gave you a kiss on the cheek at Skateboard Hall of Fame. We got a picture together.
Hey, Tyler, since you're talking, talk some more. Tell us about yourself. I want to know about Tyler Stewart.
Well, you know me. I'm a photographer. Grew up skateboarding. I used to work at Hensley's Pub doing sound. I used to work at O'Sullivan's, and me and Matt had a jam night or two, you know, after the bar closed with Ned and Brenda and all that. Yeah, I mean, I go to a lot of contests and shoot for. I used to go for True Skateboard Mag. We, you know, shoot all kinds of stuff. There's a live show that they do where they interview people and just try to basically promote underground companies, try to get them promotion.
and it's all pro bono, and it's just for the love of skateboarding. But yeah, mainly just photography and skateboarding.
Now, where are you living?
I'm in Cardiff right now, Cardiff by the sea.
And all the beaches down there are locked up tight.
Yep. Yeah, I saw a couple people skating Poods Park today, but you know, all the parks are closed.
They've been pretty gnarly about getting on the beach, though, haven't they?
Oh yeah, yeah, they've been giving away fines.
Yeah, here in Orange County, there haven't been too bad. People still surf Newport, Huntington. You can't get in the beach parking lots. You got to park the neighborhoods, or whatever. But they're still leaving the beaches open to go surf and stuff. But I don't know if that'll change.
Yeah, exactly.
They actually just locked down the beaches in Satellite Beach to where you're not supposed to access it, except for unless you're fishing, surfing, or walking. So
You guys get to surf. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Dang,
Yeah.
they
closed
the beaches here. Santa Cruz is closed until tomorrow.
But they were going to have a vote or something whether they kept it, or they keeping it closed, or are they going to open it back up?
No, it's supposed to open up. Hey, I just came on to say hi to Jean and Pam and Lauren. And,
oh, really? Well, fuck off. You don't want to say hi to the rest of us.
Great to see you.
I just, I wanted to say hi, but hi. Yeah, cool. Hi. I miss you guys.
Hi.
Hi, Freddie.
Miss you.
Hi, Freddie. This is like
Hi.
Romper Room in the
Okay, we've
Magic
been
Mirror.
quiet
Okay,
long
I'm dating
enough.
myself.
Girls take over.
Yeah, girls, let's
Girls
take
can
over.
take over. Okay, Pam, you're now the moderator. Pam's now moderating the meeting.
Where's Lauren? Lauren,
I'm right here. Hold on.
Okay, there you are.
Okay, so Pam's in charge of the meeting now. It's girls
Pam,
time.
oh, I get to be Jim.
Jim, yeah.
Get my asshole on here. How's everybody doing, girls?
We're doing good. I mean,
okay, here's my deal.
Surf
It's
again.
my nonprofit that is geared towards opportunities in action sports. Now I can't do any opportunities. So what's everybody doing to stay active when we can't go to the beach, can't go to the trails, can't go to the park? What are you doing?
Walking around in circles around the neighborhood.
Yeah. I go on my roof and do laps around the roof.
Walking?
Not much other space aside from that.
Like, I've been riding my bike, like 20-mile bike rides. Do you guys feel like you can't go do that? Like where you're at? Like, it would stop you?
Well, that's what we actually have a friend that has a private little compound with a bowl and a skate park and dirt trails for bikes and stuff. So we've been going to the secret compound and playing what we've been doing. Other than that, we've taken a lot of exploring around the neighborhood.
Well,
wandering around at night, dumpster diving. We're good.
Okay, keep going. You're in charge of the meeting, remember? Don't you take over.
Okay. So, Jane, how are you doing? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, I'm gonna have to go inside because I don't know if you guys can hear the pterodactyls in the tree behind me, but it's really loud. So I'm gonna take you on.
What's your pterodactyl? Is that like some wild bird?
They're cackles. Yeah, but I have these big oleanders and they're full of them. So, but I'm gonna go.
Okay. What else there?
Jean, you went on an awesome road trip during all this.
Yeah, awesome. Might be pushing it, but no, it was good to be out. We went to the hot zone. So yeah, geez.
Come on, Pam, keep moderating.
Keep moderating. I was listening. Okay. Hey, Lori's on.
Yeah, here I am.
Lori, I hear you're gonna go surfing tomorrow.
Yes. Well, if I find some.
Wait a minute. I'm moderating, and all of a sudden the full screen is Jim.
How can the full screen be me? I'm not even talking. Now it could be.
Let's
that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in a warehouse.
That was pretty smooth, Jim. Oh,
I don't even know how to control any of this shit.
Good. That's good.
I've been wanting to ask you,
Entertaining
Jim.
us. Still twirling. Okay, back to Jean's road trip. Let's shut Jim down.
Highly spinning there, Mr. Gray.
Yeah. That was good. So, Jane, where did you go?
Driving. 2 days of rest.
What are you traveling in? Or do you have a van or what are you doing?
Yeah, we have a 92
Video playing in the background.
Who's got music going on?
Oh, it's Jingo.
What's that? Yeah, I hear something.
Yeah, who's got like the radio on or something?
Who's got TV on?
Who's got a pool though?
Lou? Turn that off, Lou.
There we go.
Lou's leaking the pool, man.
So tell us about your van life, Jean.
So yeah, van life was good. It was like the house, and it kind of had high expectations. Stop and skate. We're gonna do this. And we ended up having to all ask because shutting New York down. So we had to get there before the kids' campus closed, and so I drove 14 hours a day, 12 hours the next day, so we could get to New York and get. Yeah, so and what's fun is but it was an adventure.
What's your mom?
Who's that?
Swans.
Who keeps
Yeah.
That's Jim? Jeez.
There's
Pam?
guys taking over here.
Oh shit.
No, I'm just asking, who keeps burping?
Welcome to the cooking show.
There he
Why the
goes.
fuck? Why am I looking at fucking Jim doing 360s in his fucking warehouse?
I have no idea. I'm asking myself the same thing. Like, how are you looking at? Because that's what I was looking at too.
I'm sure you were. You're probably like enamored with it.
Hey, it's so good. You almost knock over a motorcycle.
So I wanna get a thing. I wanna Jim, name one person right now. In chat.
Not one person here, or just on society?
Yeah, in the chat. Yeah, in the chat.
In the chat room. We're gonna talk to Michaela Ramirez.
Okay, name your memory or your best thing that you have about Jim.
No.
Oh, let's roast Jim.
Embarrassing about Jim?
Whatever.
The first thing that comes to mind.
The very first thing that comes to mind is actually laughter. Because every time I hang out with him, I'm just laughing the whole entire time.
I know, because she looks at me.
Very sweet.
And he really likes horchatas. So.
Horchata. I do. And she's allergic to chicken, in case you didn't know that. So.
Yeah, I'm highly allergic to chicken.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't either until I discovered it.
You're chicken intolerant.
That's all.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Tony, are you taking over the meeting now? Go ahead. Hey, Tony, it's your thing. Take over. Shut up, Chris.
I'll reach through this computer and strangle you, boy.
Okay, do you want me to pick another person? Okay, I'm gonna pick. Let's pick Chris because he's such a big mouth.
Dude, I've been quiet for so long.
Yeah,
it's unusual, so we thought we'd have to bring you back.
Wow.
Chris talk shit.
Way to go, Jim.
Okay, all right, fuck Chris then. Let's talk to
Sam
Sam Snellenberger. So
You
Sam
didn't even give me a chance. You fucking
Sam
started too
Snellenberger
tight
owns
again.
5-Star Skateboards in Ohio. I talked to you.
Yeah.
And Sam actually, he's in the car business, but he bought a skate shop out there with a skate park, and he's doing what a lot of us have done in skateboarding, and that's keep something alive for the passion of it. You know, not necessarily probably the biggest financial gain ever. And Sam has actually posted some stuff in the last couple of days to skate friends. Like, if you need anything,
What's up, Sam?
let me know. I'll take care of you. You can worry about paying for it later or whatever. It's like just actually a gesture of kindness to other skaters, which I thought was incredible. And I want to thank you for that, Sam. That's a great gesture for you and Shelby to do. And Sam also has a backyard pool in his yard. And every year, the day before I fly out, he drains it and we get to skate it. So it's become a tradition. And I look forward to it again this year, maybe. I don't know. But now, Sam, it's your turn. Start talking.
All right. Well, not my favorite thing to do is talk, but that's why we're such good friends, Jim, because you can do all the talking, I can do the listening. Yeah, somebody actually took me up on that. I sent out a free set of wheels, bearings, and some bolts to some guy. He said he was riding with his daughter and he couldn't afford the stuff right now. He got laid off, so I sent some stuff out to West Coast, out to he lives in Washington today. So I was pretty excited about that, you know, trying to keep somebody rolling that couldn't do it right now.
No, I mean, that's really incredibly kind of you, because you don't need to do that in any way, but just.
No,
So
no,
cool.
it doesn't make much sense to do that actually, but oh well, kind of cool. Yeah, Jim, we're skating the pool, so you can come back. We've been, it's pretty easy to stay socially distant. We've got a lot of space around it. So as you call it, the 7-acre bowl. So
love it.
Yep. Yep.
So tell, let's talk about some of our experiences. We've had some good experiences in the last few years.
So I'll say one cool thing about Jim. My coolest memory I'll say about him is back when I was 18, 19, I was living in Huntington Beach, and I knew some people that got me into the Acme warehouse and let me skate the ramp. And, you know, I'm some little grom coming in there, and there's Jim Gray, and it's like, oh man, big deal. And he was always cool to me, like we all know that he is, and let me come and skate this ramp a bunch of times. So I went in there a lot. And then 20 some years later, he comes to our local park, and I hear he's going to be there. So I roll up, and I'm like, hey, I know you don't remember me from 20 some years ago, but I'm like, I got a backyard pool pretty close to here. If you want to come to my house, I'd like to repay the favor after all these years and let you come and skate my place. And so that for me, that was really special.
That was a good feeling.
Yeah, it really was.
Because I didn't remember letting you. I tried to be cool and let anybody skate, but it was nice that it felt like. I think you told me that you remembered that, and so you thought about that when you let other people come skate at your house, which I thought was cool. I think I accidentally passed something good along.
Yeah. I've had a lot of ramps through the years, but you know, a pool is not something that a lot of people get to skate all the time. So I like to share it with everybody. So pretty cool.
Yeah,
What's your address?
I mean,
Jim is Ohio. You'll find it.
Jim is one of the best people about paying it forward ever, because, you know, I owe a lot to Jim, because I remember meeting Bob with Jim. Remember at the warehouse with me and Bob?
Bob Ballou?
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I met Bob at your warehouse, and you know, your show,
Bob,
everything like that, and that was such a humbling experience. And I'm forever indicted into your fucking graces, you know, and your fucking chinky ass smile right now, whatever.
All right, it's not
All right, bye.
kiss Jim's ass thing.
Well, thank you, Tony. It's always been a joy to have you in my life too, and I appreciate it.
Hi, Brandon. How you doing?
So here.
I know I gotta look and see.
Unmute yourself, Brandon, and say hello to the crew.
Hey, Mr. Wong. Brandon Wong, chime in and introduce yourself to everybody. Say hello.
My first Zoom.
Oh,
yeah. Zoom.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
His first Zoom is a Zoom gangbang.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
Keep it classy, Chris. Keep it classy.
Hey, I have to go. I just want to say thank you for having me. I've got to go. So
you're welcome. Hope you get the surf.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Comment scared Lori away.
Lori had the best camera angle out of anyone, I must say.
Yeah,
that's true.
Couldn't even.
Oh, you guys like women in bed. I see that. Yeah.
I think I slept on your floor once.
You got to work that hard to look.
Yeah, there's been a few floor sleepers around here.
How many people?
Jim.
Most men have.
Is my audio on, Jim?
Yes, it is. Yeah. There's Mr. David Klein, DK. Welcome.
Hey, we had a big session today with Aaron Astorga and Mike Cottrell on the secret mini.
At the ramp you built for me, but I haven't skated yet.
Exactly. And your mom just turned 89, and my mom is 89 here waiting to meet her.
Oh, man. So I need to come over to your house and meet your mom.
Except she got pissed off today. She tried to kick everybody out because she caught us. I was being sneaky and had everybody parked down at the ramp. And then I was explaining that, and she was outside my door and heard the whole sneaky conversation. She got pissed off.
Are you talking on your computer right now?
I'm on my iPhone. I couldn't get the video to come up on my computer.
I was gonna say you gotta flash everybody a photo of your.
Well, here, let me do that. Let me do this for you. I'll show you.
He has a double layer ramp, which is pretty cool. And he knows that I like to ride like a pinball machine. So when he built it, he said he had it in mind.
Let me turn my phone around. You guys see this?
Oh, wow.
It's got a lower level and an upper level.
Yeah, it's got a. Wow. Let me click another one. That's from one deck.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? That's a good.
Here's the other side. So you got pool coping.
You got a video? Play a video.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Don't even waste your time. It sucks.
Yeah, I think I've seen pictures of you there.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I'll let me pull up a video. I'll show you in a minute.
Is it real pool coping or that plastic bullshit?
I've got Penrose and I have Tetherstone. I've got the Tetherstone. I got Tetherstone left over from the Vista Skate Park that Timmy Trudell gave me, and then Kyle Gallagher got some new second-gen Penrose out of Lancaster for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Penrose is the best.
Two of the best.
Well, I can't come. I can't wait to come ride it.
Jim, let me know because I want to come ride it too.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm trying to skate it too.
You either got to bring his mom a jar of honey or a bottle of booze.
Bring you some weed.
I'd say I don't know which is cheaper anymore. Last few times I looked at good honey, it's expensive shit anymore.
Yeah, it is.
Astorga just smoked the last of my weed today.
Oh no!
Smoked all your weed today.
Double A's like that.
Well, it was the jar I had laying around that was the community jar when we were building it. Gone now.
Is that Chris Hooten I see?
Yeah, Don, what kind of shot is that?
It's Kentucky bourbon from Trader Joe's.
There you go.
You know, I don't drink much, but I tried to get a beer when this thing started. To blend in, and they're all gone.
This is my hammock. Are you on still?
Jim, I never got to give you my margarita recipe.
Well,
arrogant bastard.
Do.
That was good shit.
Jim?
In this idle time, I just want to give praise to Mr. Hensley for that nice shirt he's got on.
Thank you, my friend.
Sharon, I want to hear the recipe too. Go for it.
Thank you.
I want.
So I'm drinking.
Freddie is one of my best friends. Can I say that? Is that okay, Freddie? Can I say that? Because I think you're one of my best friends. So.
I think it might be all right.
Maybe I'm not your best friend, but you're one of my best friends. So,
I reciprocate those sentiments.
Talk to everybody on here. Say hi.
Hi.
Freddie's a very kind human. He won't say that about himself, but he is. He's a good man.
I'm a very quiet human.
Yeah, he's a
Thanks,
pretty good
Freddie.
skateboarder too.
He has great tastes in shirts also.
I know, what are you wearing, Fred?
Oh, I got on a DWP shirt for the 50th anniversary of the Apollo landing.
Freddie is employed by the Department of Water and Power in Los Angeles. Tell us what going downtown is like, because you still have to go to work every day, right?
I'm actually off this week. We're switching to a 50% workload, so I'm off this week. I work next week, and then I'll be off again the following week. But we're an essential business because of water and power. So I don't know. Been interesting being home, but I've gotten some things done. I've been taking a class on some photography, trying to learn to be good like Mr. Chris over there. And
which one? We have a couple Mr. Chris's in here who are good at photography.
Yes, indeed. Trying to step up my game a little bit.
There's only one good Chris.
Okay, you guys want to see the ramp? I got a video of Double A skating it.
All right.
Yeah, but I also want to know what class Freddie's taking.
Okay, here it goes. If you guys are watching.
Yeah.
All right, I'll up there and
look at that pinball machine, up and down and up and down.
Can you see it?
Don't talk while it's going.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot more than this.
Don't wax the coping.
No.
Can't see it.
Looks fun to me.
No, it's.
Looks fun.
Where's the
See
chat?
it.
I gotta find out what's been.
Raise it up to the
chat.
screen.
Hey Ramon, I hear you have a guitar. You gonna play for us?
Of course, I'll do a little bit, but it's like
All
a
right,
bass.
Ramon's gonna
So
play guitar
you want an
for us.
amp?
Turn the
I'll get an amp.
microphone
And
right now.
I'll get an amp and I'll throw
Fuck
down.
you, Chris.
Yeah, I can be the
Chris.
soundtrack.
I got one of you
What?
too, Chris.
What?
I'll post it.
Wow. Who calling my name?
Hey Matt, where's your accordion, buddy?
It's right next to my side, my friend.
Play us a couple notes.
Let me hear what your man's got. I'll play with him.
Maybe you guys can play a little rhythm section. I like this. This is
Yeah, get it going on.
Let's go burn some shit.
Hey,
Chris.
Hillary will bring her cello out.
Get arrested for arson, bro.
No, Hillary will bring her cello out. You playing some?
yeah.
get arrested.
Hillary's
Yeah,
Matt's got
get
the
your cello.
accordion.
Get your cello.
Ramon's going to get his guitar.
Yeah, Hillary's getting her cello right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Spidey's next door and has his guitar.
Oh,
Tyler's got a guitar too. I'll be back in 1 second.
take your time, Jim.
Yeah.
Cheers, Jim.
I love that.
Everyone
Sick.
enjoy the silence.
Yeah, we're this is about to be sick.
I wonder if it'll work.
Yeah, because everybody can hear stuff over this, right?
Yeah, but is it
Like,
Hey, I liked your flyer collection, Chris. Hooten. You're muted. What's up, man? You're muted, Chris.
Unmute yourself, Hooten, you twat.
Yeah, Hooten is muted.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Welcome to the
Hey,
party.
what's up? Thanks. What's up?
Hey, Chris. Hey,
all
Chris.
right, so she's Matt and who else was it?
We got Tyler. We were looking for Ramon. Where'd Ramon go? He was getting there.
Ramon, Matt, and Tyler, right? Two?
Yep.
We got the what? All right.
Hillary cello. Look at that. Hillary's got a cello, guys. Check that out.
Hey, Tyler. Good to see you, mate.
You got a jam on the thing?
Yep.
Cool.
What's up, Lori?
All right. Well, Ramon, since we called you out first, you got to start the jam.
In the same place at the same time for once.
Great.
Yeah.
Hi, Sharon.
This might be an MBD.
So what?
Yeah.
Oh,
MBD.
what key are we in?
I agree. I think this is
No
MVD.
way.
Dude.
This
Yeah.
key. Well, if there's going to be music, we're going to need Veronica to scream.
MBD.
Just play.
Guy plays accordion?
Scream.
Oh my God, Chris, she's so big.
I know. She's getting big.
That's what she said.
I think Spidey's going to bring his guitar in and join over
Ooh,
here.
she's
Keep it
I have a
PG.
question.
What?
Yeah, what? How can I see more than 9 people?
You got to
You want your
press that
phone
little
or
button
your
up in the
computer?
upper right-hand corner with the little squares on it.
Blue circle with square on it.
Okay. Get started with the music.
Basically, choose grid.
Jim, tell us if it works.
There we go.
All right. I see you, Hillary. Let's everybody.
Karen, did you get it?
Ramon, you going to lead off?
Oh, I'm still.
Let's
Oh, wait a second.
Top right
Your own
corner,
iPad.
gallery
Two.
view.
Hey, Matt, you got Sky just joining you.
Yeah, we need at least 6 accordions in this thing.
Here we go.
Yeah, Jay Leno.
They're gonna kick us off. They're gonna kick us off the internet with this.
Just
Two
start
accordions.
jamming, people. Ramon, lead it off. You're the one we called out. Tyler, join in. Hillary's got the cello going.
Yeah. Playing in the key of E, yeah.
Dude, hands are killing.
This is freaking awesome.
Just play.
Just start.
Do a thing.
I brought someone else in here as well.
Oh God, is that Matt Hensley?
That is Matt Hensley.
Matt knows how to skate. All right, who's the next
It's kind of keep playing. It's difficult, right?
Matt, Spidey wants to know what key you're playing in.
I'm playing in the Christian key of E minor.
He's an E minor. Buddy.
So I just listened to it. Hold on. I just listened to it on live.
D minor, E minor, or D minor?
E minor. Okay.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Wow, Jim.
I can't really hear when I'm playing. I can't really hear.
Well, I think the microphone.
Hey, Chris, you like things in your mouth, huh?
Since Spidey doesn't want to be here, we're gonna let Spidey jam for 30 seconds. Ready? Spidey's
Go
going.
up, bro.
Any key you want.
Okay, here we go. It's everything.
Oh, stop.
That's funny.
Dude, why is Jim's sidekick more annoying than Jim?
What's that? Oh, Jim's not annoying.
Oh shit.
That's why you guys can handle
Funny.
One second.
Don't make noise.
Wonderful music.
It's in the key. Go ahead.
Okay. Hills are throwing down. Coming back.
It's like a pedal tone.
Let the hills go, and then Matt would come in with that. That seems like that would work.
Is that D, Spidey?
Yeah, use the hills. Yes, definitely the hills.
Who's saying that?
Super fun.
More than 30 seconds.
All right, there you go. Okay.
I know play the melody and anything.
I have to hear what you're doing.
It's hard to hear, huh?
Well, you can only hear one at a time, so you guys need to take turns. So
It's got one at a time. That sounds like impossible.
First he
That's
fucked around
totally
for 30
impossible,
seconds, and then he took
especially
2
with
minutes.
drinking involved.
No, it was avant-garde. It wasn't
You gotta change your microphone settings.
haircut.
What fun.
All right, Ramon, you're up. Go.
Go.
What happened to Sky and his accordion?
You got your, you want me to play? That would be scary.
No, you just do what I did for 30 seconds.
This is awesome. Wait, this is good gingerbread.
I'm glad I mentioned that Ramon had a guitar.
Thank you.
So now Ramon has to entertain us for
the hell I do.
You can only whatever the fuck you do, like your favorite thing you like to play by yourself. Hey, Tyler's taking over. Take it, Tyler.
Tyler.
There he is. Where's that accordion, Skylar?
All right, Matt, you're next, buddy. Throw some accordion down.
Play any tune, yeah?
Anything you want.
Yeah. Penguin Cafe Orchestra.
Isn't that that composer Eric Copland? Eric Copland.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you, Bill. How about you? You ready to give us
That's amazing.
Penguin Cafe Orchestra. See?
Give us a cello concerto right now.
Yeah, who wants to follow that though?
Professional cellist right here. She's got it.
Even drunk.
I don't know. He left me. I don't know how to make it so you guys can see.
Just let us hear. We can see. There you go. Start playing. You got it. Here we go.
I just wanted to keep jamming.
You want
Keep
what?
going. You're doing good.
No, we love it. Keep playing.
You want to hear some classical?
Yeah.
We want to hear your favorite thing to play. This is just a bunch of people getting together to hang out.
Yeah, let it rip. Let it go.
Do it.
J.S. Bach.
Do it. Bye. Lock it up.
Anyone else smoking weed?
I'm out. I need to make a herba run in the next few days.
Jeffrey.
You guys, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really good.
So we got Sky, where are you? Sky, you on there?
Nice.
You gonna play some accordion? Let's see
Oh shit.
how someone follows. This is what I feel like skating after Christian Asoy. This is what Sky has to do about playing accordion after freaking Matt Ensley. Okay, so come on, Matt.
No,
Come on. I'm sorry. Come on, Sky.
That's my grandfather's accordion. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with it. But
Cool. So make some noise for us.
Where are you?
30 seconds of noise. That's all we want to hear.
I mean, like, we go back to the old dial-up days.
I like that. Come on, you got an accordion, Sky. Just make some noise.
I already put it away.
Oh, you bitch.
Yeah, you guys got a kazoo I could use?
Ramon, are you ready yet? Are you ready?
Run out or what?
Totally out of tune, man.
I love.
All right. Well, hey, like I said, this whole thing is a social experiment and getting a bunch of people locked up in their house and seeing where the fuck it goes. What do you got over there, Gene?
We got like a lot of skateboarders drinking. This is like,
Like a little
one of the favorite skateboarders ever. This is awesome.
I know. I love that. You're getting a private conference. Frankie's up there getting stoned. You know, Bob Hickman's in Ohio looking like he's freaking dipped his beard in milk. That's all we can
This
see.
This is amazing.
Jim said something funny for once.
Oh, shit. Well, I didn't say the word, Chris. Like, what's funny?
The whole experience gets better, like second or third vodka and cranberry for sure.
Wow. My waters, they're going down
I
hard
think
right
Lance
now,
and I are on the same
Jay Leno says what?
number.
That's the only way we can put up with you, Jim, in the first place.
No, man.
Tim Martin's still here.
Let's hear from Brandon Wong. Brandon Wong. Talk to us.
Hey, Tim.
You know how to do this thing.
Where's Ashley?
Talk, your voice. We can hear
Leave
you.
your heart on there now if you're free.
Where did this go, man? It looked weird. It looked like the dude from that Vincent Price movie.
Who does?
The Vincent Price movie.
I know, but who looks like him?
I do.
Oh,
The
you
background. Mask of the
Tyler
Red Death.
Stewart.
Doesn't it feel like Mask of the Red Death a little bit? I'm just saying.
Tyler Stewart's up.
What up?
Play some music for us.
Oh my God.
What do you want to hear? Beatles?
You play best. What you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
Granted Covina. Bob. Now, Bob.
See you guys.
See you, Bob.
Goodbye.
Bye, Bob.
Get back. Get back. Where you once belonged.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, man.
Nice.
I like that. We got random talent amongst this group.
That was awesome.
I actually went to school for guitar, random fact, but man, that was like 10 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure, Tyler. That's cool.
But
Ron wants
it's
to talk
rad just
about the
to be in
desert.
the same little spot with Hensley over here, because I mean, about 15 years ago, it's just essentially the same feeling. So it's really cool to do this.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you.
I can't see Matt.
Oh.
How,
Hell
what's
yeah,
my
Tyler.
problem?
You're awesome. Fun playing with you.
Hey, Steve-O just joined us from the N-Men up north. What's up,
the word?
Steve-O?
Yeah, Steve-O.
Hey, Steve-O. Hey,
Yeah,
I got to
Steve-O.
take off tonight.
My little
Good seeing everybody.
See you, brother.
Everybody say goodnight to Lou the Jew. Long
Hey,
Jew.
Michaela, hi.
Take care, Lou.
Love you, bud.
Cheers, mate.
Later.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.
That fish.
Steve-O, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Give us a little intro real quick.
Check out my little mini ramp ditch. I call it the ditch bitch.
Did you just build that in the backyard?
Sick. Ditches, bitches. 21 inches high.
How tall?
21 inches high, 12 foot wide.
Oh, I would
That
certainly
sounds
hurt
awesome.
on that. 21 inches. So dangerous.
Perfect.
That is so dangerous.
That is a ditch. That looks sick.
Way too close to the ground. I'll hit it way too fast.
Hey, Jim Gray was in Newport today. Didn't see you, buddy. Saw Christian Fletcher getting barreled.
Is that double A?
Yes, it is.
That's funny how I know voices, but I don't see your face yet. Mr. Aaron Astorgan, I'm seeing you. Or not seeing you yet. You must be on a different page.
Nice hearing you.
It's double.
Aaron
Where's
Astorga,
double?
I miss your face, and I miss Dez.
I thought she was on here.
Well, I can't see you. Well, I still
We
hear
can't
you.
see you, but we can hear you, Double A.
Yeah. I miss you, and I miss Dez.
Hold on here.
Tonight's old man night at Chris Conway's ramp, so we're
Where's my
missing that.
video?
Yeah, I think the last time I saw you was Chris Conway's first.
All right, everybody, I'm going to take off. Good talking to everyone.
All right, Freddie. We
Good
love you.
night. Have a good night, man.
Mr.
Good
DeSoto.
talking to you.
Jim.
All right,
You guys
good
have a
night.
good night.
Good night, Freddie.
Good night.
See you, Fred.
Later, guys.
See you, Freddie.
Yes, what's weird, Aaron. You're supposed to be on your iPhone because I can't see your face anywhere. So
You don't. It's ugly.
There he is, but he's not there.
Computer screen, Double A.
I see William Boog Cram from Texas. Are you out there?
Boog.
Boog, you there? There's Double A.
There's Double A.
Yeah, buddy.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, Aaron.
Doing good, you guys.
You just missed Matt Hensley accordion performance, Hillary on the cello, Bone and Ryan, Tyler, that is, sorry, jamming on the guitars. I mean, we've been having a good time.
Missed
With
me
this-
on the
with this,
wine glass.
There's Mr. Boog down there. We should have Boog in Texas.
What's up, guys?
Me with my beer.
How you doing, Boog?
I'm fine.
Hey, Matt, what are you drinking? Mojitos?
I am drinking a. Yeah, I am, sir. You called it.
I knew that.
Hey, Matt Hensley.
Yes.
All right. Hey,
Harley.
give me a. Can I have a? You know who Jake Doomey is, right?
I talked to him about 2 hours ago.
Okay, so give me something that that would absolutely fuck his mind if I texted him right now.
Wow.
Can you give me someone that would absolutely fuck his mind?
Just want to fuck. You want to fuck him up?
Oh, we'll just all text him. What's his number?
Yeah.
That would be really awesome to pick one guy and have 20 people text him.
Now I'll tell you what you do. This is what you do. You tell them that that your signal is full, 100%. Just tell him that. He won't know why the fuck you're doing that. He'll trip on that.
Oh, I love that shit.
I know he will. So Jake, so I love Jake. Jake's Jake and me are like he kind of owns me as his son that he will never have. So he'll know. I know he knows.
What's his
he'll
number?
know exactly what that is. I think.
Yeah.
What's his number so we can mass text him?
Hey, that was the greatest idea. That like we should all pick one person, and then we should like all text them at the same time, something random, or like maybe we should all text them a picture from this this little whatever we call Zoom cast. And,
Zoom casting, yo.
Backfire.
Are we gonna do this again? Are we gonna do this again? This would be awesome.
no, I think I want to do it again for sure. We're gonna have to have like a little meeting afterwards and talk about like how do we fuck up? Well, we fucked up here and there and everywhere. Well,
We didn't fuck up at all. This was amazing.
No, I know.
This was amazing. There was no fuck ups.
It's hard because you don't know how to keep everybody calm, you know.
But we all need that phone number now.
Everybody take a shot.
Not taking.
Take a
I'm
shot
into
of my
that.
water.
Everybody take a shot.
Cheers, yo. Cheers, mate.
But who let's pick one person. We should take
Wait
votes
for
on,
me.
who we're gonna text.
Wait.
Text
Let
one
you
person.
talk.
Who was that? Big Ollie
I got
dude
a
from
phone
Royal. From Ohio.
Smoke a
Who's that
bowl.
guy
What
from
up, Scott?
Ohio
Hi.
who can Ollie really high? What is his name?
Who could ollie really high? Donger?
No. From
John
Rio.
Tim.
James Kelch. James Kelch.
We want to text James Kelch? I have James
Hell
Kelch's
yes.
number if y'all want to text him.
Hell yes.
Let's all check Jim Gray.
In the house.
Dude, that's so funny. Do it.
He's at EMB.
Jim, you know that this goes both ways, bro.
Oh yeah, it's okay. iPhone knows how to blow up, you know.
Oh, James Kelch.
Okay, so does everyone out here? Does everybody agree? We should just text James Kelch right now.
Hell yeah.
I don't know who that is, but I will like to know who it is.
Yeah, all right. So James
Kelch.
Kelch.
Street legend from San Francisco.
Okay, everyone's got to write this number down. Ready? Write down.
What's his number?
Your phone right now.
Writing down his number right now.
He's skating EMB right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
He's gonna get 35 texts right
I
now.
skated EMB just because of James Kelch, man.
That same thing.
He hasn't left.
No, we should all text
His
him some
number on the
variation of
chat.
like a picture of someone's face in the chat.
Number on the
So
chat.
take a picture of somebody else's face but your own, and let's all text James Kelch.
Last time I saw him, he was skating EMB.
Okay, number.
Number is area code
Everybody.
513.
Sorry, do it again, Jim. You're talking too fast.
Okay, 513 2 8 8 0 0 3 1.
Oh, hell yeah.
Say it again.
513
Put in the chat.
Oh, my God.
288 0031.
All right, and what are we texting him?
We should
I'm gonna
text
text
we
him a
should
picture
text
of
it.
all of
It
you
should
guys
be
on
like
his phone.
positive. It should be like you fucking rule or something.
Oh yeah, something
Oh,
nice.
James
Put a
Kelch
nice
is
something
epic,
in there.
dude. He's
Take
epic.
a picture of somebody else's face. Chat and send that picture of the
I
person.
do like that one. I'm gonna take a picture of Aaron
I
Sorga.
already took a picture of you, Jim.
Who's got Coco Saniago's number?
Coco.
Santiago. Yo, that's awesome.
Yeah, let's call Coco Saniago.
Love from the world.
Let's call Ian Turner, Mike Carroll, Wingding.
Word.
Who's got Wingding's number?
Let's
Rick
take
Ibicetta. Rick Ibicetta.
I'm already getting texts like when is the next Zoom meeting from people who weren't able to make it.
Yeah.
We sent it to him.
EMB Zoom party.
Yeah. Word.
Well,
And
Sean,
EMB
I hope he
Zoo
hasn't
Party
changed
would
his
be
number.
epic.
Oh yeah,
He has
Sean.
my message though, so.
That's freaking awesome. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Devontae Turner, LeVar McBride.
There you go. Just get the whole EMB crew.
EMB All Stars. Fish knows them. Yep. Wingding. Mike Kale.
Wingding. That's it. Thank you, Double A.
Yeah, Fish. Love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
Who wants to jump in and finish this thing off? We haven't heard from William Boog Cram out there in Texas. He only said hi. We need him to introduce himself.
Hey, what's up, Jim?
Come on, Boog, talk to us. You're an old skater.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you great.
Very good. No, I haven't seen you since you wrote on my wall at the store. I see you peeing every day. Tell him that story.
Holy shit.
So I have this.
Something behind you got to make something that makes it jog someone's mind. So if someone has to sign a wall, you got to leave a memory that makes them think.
That's exactly it.
So every time you pee, I want you to think about me watching.
Yeah, the backstory is that I have a brick wall that's directly behind me, and there is a restroom.
In Texas, by the way.
So yeah, so when Jim visited, anybody that comes in visits, and in my mind, they are a somewhat notoriety. Then they sign the back wall. So it's like every brick is signed off by somebody that may have visited. So of course, Jim leaves the message on the brick as you exit the restroom. I see you peeing, Jim Gray. So that's the story behind the brick.
Well, a lot of people
write it while he was
thinking about
peeing?
me. That's a pretty sad thought, but
Kenny said that he's seen Steve before.
My dogs are.
What's that?
Did he write it while he was peeing?
I didn't pee on his wall while I was writing.
No, that's Ozzy in the Alamo.
He signed it IP freely.
IP freely. One of those classics. So what's going on with the shop? You're closed now, I assume, or you?
Yeah, we're on lockdown. So hopefully, if everything rights itself, we'll be back and up and running by the 30th. So I don't know. Big O and all the guys at Southside, he's doing a lot of curbside business. So he's got a really good website that he can actually have kids come to the door, or whomever come to the door and fulfill orders and so forth. But it's rather strange.
No, it is. I've told my kids when they ask me questions about it, my kids are 28, 26, 22. I'm like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I don't know what to tell you. We're going to have to sit back and watch together because, they look to Dad for guidance on everything, because pretty much everything they come across in life, I've probably experienced on one level. And I'm going, I got nothing to tell you. It's like,
You got nothing.
I can only liken this to hurricane. Like Hurricane Ike passed through here back in 2009.
Yeah.
And it's like a ghost town.
It's weird.
It's really strange.
Yeah, but
except
for
it's
much
like
longer-
60 days in a row.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for much
Except
longer
60 days
than
in a
any
row.
hurricane I've
Yeah,
lived through in
much
Florida.
much longer.
Groundhog's Day, Christmas, like I said.
Well,
Groundhog's Day every day. And all the
It's
stuff.
like Groundhog's Day, and we don't know. There's no testing. There's no actual thing that we know. So it's
like Ike Turner and Tina.
very much so. Very much. Except it's from St. Louis, but St. Louis is a hot spot now too. So there you go.
Crazy. So last time I was in Galveston in your hood, it was not long after the hurricane. And I remember walking out and seeing lots of house foundations that were in the water now, and like washing. It's like it was pretty trippy.
Yeah, it is. It's really strange. Just to the, which would be like the northeast of us, that's called Port Bolivar. That was completely washed over. I mean, it was nothing but sticks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So now it's somewhat come back. So 10 years fast forward. But yeah, I don't wish hurricanes, and I don't know how you guys have done through the earthquake periods or anything of the sort, but I couldn't even liken anything to that.
Yeah, the earthquakes here are usually we just sit there and watch our houses rumble. You know what I mean? And usually,
well, if you remember, I was living out there for a period of time into the 90s, and I was there for one earthquake, and it was getting out there near. It was close to Chicken's Pool.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, and it was just a big jolt. I mean, we were in the neighborhood. Like where Quick is off of off of Graham.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were just a couple blocks off by Transistor Lane, and it was a jolt. So that was my only earthquake that I felt out there. So
you were able
to recover. All we do is pick stuff up off the floor and put it back on the shelves.
Yeah, basically. I have one weird earthquake story. I told it when I was in the podcast with Desi, Aaron, and it was when my son Hunter was about 1, and it was like literally the first night we put him to sleep downstairs. Hello there. We had him sleeping in his own room, and that's when we had that Northridge earthquake, and we were first freaked out, scared to death. At 5 in the morning, the earth starts shaking. We run down to protect our little 1-year-old baby. So we were all freaked out. We didn't have to do, so we went for a walk on Balboa Island, and Balboa Island has a little boardwalk around the outside of. It's on the harbor, and an aftershock came about an hour afterwards, and we just felt the ground moving, and I looked at the water, and I saw the water is here and the sand is here, and the sand just pulled away from the water and then it went back. And because I'd never been in that, looking at that, I just felt the ground rumble, and I literally watched the tide go out, kind of, you know what I mean? Like it pulled the water away by like a foot and slid right back, and it was just the weirdest thing ever. And that basically kind of shows you what I think it's also why people misinterpret what an earthquake is. They see all those Hollywood movies and everything crumbles and falls apart. I mean, all the ground moves. So everything in your house moves. So that's why things fall off shelves. It doesn't usually, if you get a crack, it's because the wiggling just gets a joist or whatever to slide one way or another and cracks the ceiling. But in general, the houses aren't going to come apart. A lot of our big malls, things like that, like South Coast Plaza, big mall, it's built on rollers. It actually is built to roll, back and forth. So, but when you see the water move like that, you understand the earth is actually just shifting one way, and the water ain't going with it, So it was a trippy thing, like being a kid in the bathtub when you're splashing the water back and forth. So I never.
Jim Gray Shifty.
The Shifty. Okay, so that was my odd earthquake story.
Shifty.
I just. Prieta earthquake was heavy duty. Fish nose.
That was crazy.
Was that the one up in the city?
Yes.
Where the bridges collapsed and stuff?
Yeah.
My sister lives in Marin County. She was on the Bay Bridge about 50 yards in front of the section that collapsed behind her. So, and she tells me the story of driving off the bridge because it's all metal, and she said it was buckling. And she said she could see the hood of the car in front of her from her driver's thing because the road was buckling. She was right at the end when she got off. But it had collapsed right behind her, and that's just gnarly.
I was up in Tahoe, and there was shock waves across the lake, all the way across the lake.
Bizarre.
It was heavy.
I'm so scared of earthquakes. You should drop my phone. I'm so scared of earthquakes, but I'll take a hurricane on the head any day. Like.
What? Has anybody seen a tornado?
My
house.
Kansas, yo. Tornado Alley, yo.
I've never seen that. Those sound so scary if you ask me.
Yeah, I went side by side.
They're pretty scary, but they're just like really intimidating because you see this giant funnel coming towards you, and you're in the basement, and it's really weird.
No, it really does seem like it's really weird.
Yeah, you know what a funnel cloud is, right?
Yo.
I've seen funnel clouds on the coast. Yeah, small ones.
Yeah, we had a surf contest, and the beach is right across the street from the store, right?
Yeah. So
we had a surf contest, and we saw this squall line moving in, just off of the Gulf, and we're, this is not looking very, very good at all. And literally dead center with where we were running the contest, a funnel cloud drops. And so we honestly, if you ever go to our Facebook page, I think there is a picture on our site where the kids are still surfing and parents are pushing. It's like a Grom contest. They were pushing in their kids with a funnel cloud in the background. That's pretty hardcore.
Holy
pretty
shit.
Scary.
Growing up over in Southwest Florida, we saw water spouts every summer without a question. Granted, on the west coast of Florida, there's absolutely zero waves, but just to be on the beach and see funnel clouds is a frightening thing.
Dude, when I was 9 years old, I lived on the beach on Wrightsville Beach, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was sharing a room with my sister, and our window was going nuts, and I was like, dude, we need to go get mom and dad. And we walked out to the living room, like we're on the beach in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. And we walk into the living room, and it hit us, and shit in the kitchen, the dishes were falling down, and I run into my parents' house, and I was like, ah! And then all of a sudden it was over. Like they slept through it, and like me and my sister walked into the living room as it hit us. It was a water spout, and our deck furniture was like, our deck furniture was like a fucking block down the street, like blown down the street. Crazy. It was fucking crazy.
Did it break windows or anything, or?
No, it scared the shit out of me though. And I hate tornadoes, but I've been through a lot of hurricanes.
Wrightsville Beach.
Plan for a hurricane.
I'm not sure.
Very little plan for a tornado, and sure not plan for an earthquake. So.
Fuck tornadoes and earthquakes.
And hurricanes and coronavirus.
Word.
And Rona.
Sharon, tell us what you were going to tell us.
Rona. Wait, what is
Hey, let Sharon talk for a minute. She was going to tell us something there.
Thanks, Jim, for being so observant.
Well, yeah, I'm not that observant, but I noticed that. So.
Well, anyway, we won't get into that. I just still can't see everybody. Not going to deal with it now. Wrightsville Beach, yeah. When Alan and I were there, and we went to Reggie's place in where his factory is. But anyway,
Wilmington.
Pardon me?
ESS Eastern.
Right. Eastern States. Yes. But anyway.
His factory's in Wilmington. Yeah,
I remember I've been to both, and I'm not trying to ask her that. Sorry. The houses are on stilts in Wrightsville Beach, right?
Yeah.
That's right?
Yeah, they are, most of them, yeah.
Who's the woman from Wrightsville? Jim?
Hillary.
Hillary, hi.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love them. I love the...
Yeah, they're made to wash under.
Yeah. Anyway, I like North Carolina, and anyway.
North Carolina likes you back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Sharon. Let's skateboard.
Well, you know what? I think we're kind of winding down. We said we were going to do this from 6 to 8. We could probably do it all night long.
Well, I'm sure we could.
But what I really wanted to do is just see if people would gather and enjoy it. And obviously some more people will see this recorded and it'll be posted on Facebook, and they may join in next time. And we may have to try to think of a better way to control it a little bit, you know. But I like the conversation. It's nice to have heard from most of you. I'm sorry I talk too much. I always do. It's a habit of mine. But, you know, Ken Hada is the host, actually. He didn't say a fucking word the whole time. So
it's no worse than your
my podcast. Thank you. So fuck off. I love you too, Brad.
So what do you call an unlubricated condom?
Sky.
Grip tape.
Grip tape.
Grip tape.
Grip tape.
We call it Madrid fly grip tape, yo.
What's a priest's favorite trick?
I don't know.
The early grab.
Oh, no good.
Oh, man.
So good, brother.
Early grab.
That's so good.
I'm going to remember that one.
What do you call it when your dealer rips you off?
When who rips you off?
When your dealer rips you off.
I don't know.
Blunt fakie.
I think that was understand. I like your foot fetish one though.
All right. No more skateboard jokes?
You can make whatever kind of jokes you want. We're enjoying this.
Skateboarders
Stand-up
change
comedy.
a light bulb. Just kidding.
Yeah. Only one, but it takes 1,000,000 tries.
Oh, no shit about that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I just wanted to say about the whole tornado water spout thing as well. When we built a 9-foot deep egg out in the middle of nowhere, and outside of Denver, a little town called Bennett. And when literally the day that we finished the coping on that bowl, it was like, yeah, we're finally gonna get to skate this thing. Finally gonna get to skate this thing. And literally, as we were talking, a little dust devil came through and rolled right through the middle of the bowl on the very first run that James Hedrick actually took in the bowl. It just went straight across his face. But it was little, I mean, it's just a little dust devil. But
no, it's broken, bro.
That's a memory. That's a memory burned in your mind, or something you were hallucinating on. One or the other.
No hallucinations. Just
That was just a long gone skater who wanted to have the first run.
Yeah, someone coming back.
Yeah, I believe that.
Well,
anyway, guys, I got to kick in as well. It was wonderful. Thank you, Jim, for putting this on. And
hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
I appreciate everybody being there. And honestly, I'm getting to know people I didn't know that well, but most of you I know, and it's awesome. I appreciate all the time we've shared because it's
absolutely
what it is, and I live a pretty damn good life. So thank you for coming and joining. So,
of course.
Cheers, Grey Dog.
You guys all be good, and we shall talk at you soon.
Good seeing all of you.
Two in Thrasherland, brother.
Take care, guys.
Jim,
Good
thanks.
night.
I got one more.
Night.
See ya. Night, everyone.
Ken, we'll let you
Say
shut it
goodbye.
down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch it all show.
Thanks, Ken.
You're welcome, Pam.
Oh, look, Ken spoke.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Tyler, thank you, Boog. Thank you,
11
Mari.
o'clock
Thank you,
East
Gene.
Coast
Thank
here,
you,
so
Matt.
isn't it?
Before everybody disappears, Brandon Wong, nice almost talking to you. You didn't say much, but we love you anyways. Hillary, thank you
Brandon.
for celloing.
I gotta get Tony.
Pam, thank you for being beautiful.
Ken, thanks
Hey,
again.
Brian,
Jim,
thank you for not saying anything during this whole thing.
Good seeing you, John.
Not
Bye,
that we
Ken.
remind you saying anything I'm saying, but that
Pretty
was
blistered.
my rudeness. Don Fisher, always a pleasure.
Fisher, I slept on your floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fish.
2009.
Hey, Mariah, seen you again.
2009?
2007, 2009. I slept on your floor.
Wait, are we
Oh, and
leaving?
Gene, haven't seen you in
Hey,
forever.
Huntington
Hi.
Beach?
Hi,
Hey, see you there. See you, Tony.
Hi.
Bye, folks.
Gene. That was me, Don Scheffler.
So long.
This is awesome.
I hate to see
Gene,
you
love you.
go. Turn off your screen before I push a button and blow.
Push a button.
See you later.
I'm too drunk
Good
to
night,
not push a
all.
button.
I love you.
I love you more.
No, you don't. You love me.
Yeah.
You love me less than I love you, brat.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
And you will take. You should take that.
This does not work.
Sorry, Jim. I tried to get one of the girls to say, hi, Uncle Jim, but they
Where's
weren't.
the girls? Are they there? The
Yeah.
spawns are all locked up with you. Hi, spawns. Hi there. Hi, baby. What are you doing?
Spawn 2.
That was Spawn 2.
Spawn 1.
Oh, yeah, Spawn 1 came out first, so that's Spawn 1.
Spawn 2, where are you?
That does not work.
Uncle Jim's looking for you.
Spawn 2. Hi, Spawn 2. What are you doing?
Bye. Shutting you off, Jim.
Good to see you. How's things?
Okay.
How's online education? I'm going to
Online
get straight
education is
infrequent,
horrible.
like
I'm
not
just gonna
actually
say that
taking
right
placement.
now. As an art teacher in art and education, online education is horrible. But Basquiat,
You know what's awesome, Ramon? You got drunk during this. It's great.
Thank you for appreciating the drunkenness.
I did, dude. It was awesome. You started out a little buzzed. Now you're fucked up, and I love it. You got
Totally
a full, like,
buzzed.
you got a
So
full-
what do you think about 8-track trucks? You know, have you ever heard of this? Some guy asked me, like, can you make an 8-track truck? I'm like, what?
What's an 8-track truck?
They wanted 8 wheels on the board, man.
Well, I have 8-wheeler boards. I mean, they have.
Yeah,
full
that's what they
trucks.
wanted.
Well, they're. I mean, honestly, it's a novelty thing. A guy named Lonnie Toft came up in the 70s who actually ripped on them. I mean, literally would charge these crazy vert walls and do 7-wheel out air, not airs, but I mean, wheelers and sometimes airs. I have one. I'm scared to death to even try to. I've tried to think about getting 7 wheels out because coming down the tranny, if you stand in the middle, you're dead. You have to stand on the toes or the heels. And if you don't have your rhythm so perfect to hop from the nose the toes to the heels. If you come down the other way, you're going over backwards or whatever. So they're gnarly. I mean, 8-wheelers they're fun, but they're seriously crazy because they.
Some guy was like,
turn
some
one
motorcycle
direction
dude was totally wanting one. I'm like, dude, I don't even. That scares the shit out of me.
They should. I have 2 of them, and they're scary. Yeah, they really are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word up. Well, if you need like a musical soundtrack, I'm here.
All right, man. Well, thank you for joining us.
And I remember meeting you at like Duel in the Desert in Arizona.
Those were good contests. Those were fun.
That was an amazing contest. Like,
was that the ramp? That was not the water park one. That was the ramp.
That was totally the water park.
The water park one. That was fun.
That was amazing. I bet like Mark Gazowski was on the acid. It was fucking crazy.
I have one funny memory of the water park story, and this.
I've got pictures.
Well, we know Christian was a super much he was a showboater, right? I mean, he backed it up because he had the skills, but he showboated. So I would never in a street contest, because I already knew I was low bottom barrel anyways. I was never going to move an obstacle about. But Christian was hell-bent on moving an obstacle. So he slid one of the launch ramps so he could launch and land on the bank. Okay, so in one of his runs, he moved the ramp and he launched to the bank like 10, his whole run was 10 attempts in a bail. You know what I mean? And so, but he put the ramp in the right place. So I was kind of stoked, you know, so I remember taking off and launching on the ramp and landing on the bank and riding away. And I was like, yeah, you know, because Christian spent the whole time like walking around, being Christian, you know, got the going, got the swagger, sliding the ramp around, getting the crowd into it. And so it's probably the one time in my life I kind of one-upped Christian. I'm sure he doesn't even remember it, but I do.
I remember, like, and then he came back. He came back for like there was like this there's like a Funk Junkies New Year's Eve thing he came to, which was pretty cool.
The scene was really rad. The Arizona scene was super killer in the 80s. I did a lot
love
of videos
Arizona.
out there for Bear Cover on their little sketchy plexiglass ramp. And
what's that guy's name? Who's
Boydston.
the ho-ho guy.
Oh, it's Steve Schneer.
Steve Schneer, for real.
Yeah. He was a good fellow. There's a guy, Dave Boydston, who used to put on all the demos out there. I don't know whatever happened to him, but and that's where I actually was introduced to Blockhead. I saw Blockhead skateboards at a Bear Cover store, and they caught my eye. I'd been sponsored since I was like 13. I never bought skateboards really, so I didn't pay a lot of attention to the board. So I remember going in and going, "What is that board on the wall?" Because it had a really cool graphic, and that was what kind of got me curious about Blockhead. So I went and talked to him not long ago at a trade show and told him, "Hey, I saw your stuff in Arizona, dude. You guys are doing some cool shit. Tell me about yourself." And that's how I met him, because in a Bear Cover store, I saw a Blockhead board. So
I made like my first fingerboard was a Jim Gray board. I'm not even gonna lie.
Your first fingerboard?
Fingerboard.
How rad.
Yeah, right on.
I like that. So as part of your life, you know, that's actually the coolest thing about being a pro skater on any level. Having your name on product is knowing that people, whoever, you know, whether they had 5 or 20 boards in their life, you were part of their life. You know what I mean? So forever, they're always going to remember, I had a Matt Hensley, I had a Jim Gray, I had whatever. You know, I had Matt Hensley's and had Jim Gray's. But still, for me, it's an honor to know that a kid in Germany and a kid in France and a kid in England, part of their life and their memory will always be this Jim Gray board they have. And that's pretty cool. I mean, that's actually really an interesting thing that you joined someone's life. They stood on you, they got you dirty, they rubbed their feet on you, got dust all over you, and you know.
Yeah, and I remember you from the Duel in the Desert contest. I'm not gonna lie.
Was that the backyard one, or was that the other vert ramp one?
That was the weird street comp at Big Surf, and then
all right, that was that one. All right, I always forget what they were called. Duel and Diablo wasn't that? Duel and Diablo was
Duel and Diablo was at someplace else.
At the stadium.
Duel in the Desert was at Big Surf.
Okay, yeah, Big Surf was fun. I did like that.
Yeah, that was a cool contest. Mark Gonzalez was on acid, and he was fucking out of his head.
You're out of here, Gene. Bye, babe.
All right.
Tell Steve
well, Jim, this was amazing. Let's do this again.
I think we will. Again, this was a social experiment, so it was a success.
Right on. Cheers.
All right. Good night. We'll see you.
Good night.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. All right. See you. Ken and I are just holding out so we can have the final. I think we're gonna have the final commentary or whatever.
How do I leave?
I don't know.
You don't have to leave.
Leave. There it is. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was fun.
I'll stop this recording.
Yeah.